Maybe I should stop humming on Megalovania. That would be an idea. That would be an idea. To stop humming on that one. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. And of course it doesn't want to speed things up for me. It just wants to make things very slow. I can see that 2 people has arrived. I wonder who the second person is, 'cause I know who the first person is. That very person is me. I wonder who the other one could be. We're sending this in the chill zone. Here we go. And Hotel Samurai. Almost rode Samurai to Samurai. Hello Jason, welcome to the stream, hope you'll enjoy. Justice for All is the most punishing of the Phoenix Wright games, because you have to have Matt Engard innocent even though he confesses earlier, or else bad ending. Hello Finisher 5000, welcome to the stream, hope you'll enjoy. From chapter start. Bridge to Turnabout Part 3-1 Investigation. We don't have much left of this stream. Or this game rather. The stream has just begun. So we have plenty of time for the stream left. But we don't have much left of the game. And that feels amazing. Simply amazing. I'm so excited almost being done with this game. So excited. And I just can't hide it. I don't know the rest of this lyrics. February 9th, 3:43 AM, Hode Clinic Intensive Care Unit. Oh, the hospital. I remember that guy. I'm still up at this hour, reading through the trial record of a certain case. It's the first case my mentor, Mia Fey, had ever handled in a court of law. The horrifying truth that I refuse to accept is holding me hostage here within its pages. Oh, so the previous case was actually foreshadowing. I'm playing case 5. The last one, the final one. Dahlia Hawthorne. What I have read, I don't want to believe. What is written here, this isn't the Dahlia I knew. Hello Samurai, how are you doing a Street of Rage video? After falling into Eagle River, I was somehow miraculously saved. But I ended up catching a cold that seems to knock me around the world and back. I feel dizzy, my ears are ringing, my throat burns, and my head is on fire. My head is on fire! But I will recover. I have to recover by this afternoon. I have to meet with the most ill-tempered witness imaginable. But I know that he will be able to help me with him somehow. February 9th, 2:43 PM, Dusker Bridge. Right. Are you sure you're well enough to be doing this? You still look a little green in the face. Or maybe Viridian in artist speak. Actually, my fever has gone down quite a bit. How's your temperature now? Only 102.2 degrees. Nothing to worry about. Oh man, my hiccups are getting on. Anyway, I read today's trial record. You weren't bad, Edgeworth. Pretty impressive despite the circumstances. We're not in the clear yet. The main point of contention tomorrow is going to be the murder weapon. Yeah. In the end, the Chichichito did not deliver the deadly blow. I can survive a 40-foot drop and only catch a coal. That's video game logic for you. And I don't know, Jason, I don't know. Which means there must be another sword hiding out there that we don't know about. Another sword, huh? Another sword, huh? Don't you worry about a thing, pal. I'll dig up the murder weapon myself, or I'll eat my coat. Thanks again, Edgeworth. I'll handle things from here. This is probably for the best. Actually, I was thinking about paying the old precinct a little visit. There's something I want to look into. And that is our client's background, naturally. You mean Iris, sir? I had a feeling that we met before. All I want is confirmation, one way or the other. And since I probably won't be getting that from you... I'm sorry, Edgeworth. Yes, he did want to be an attorney. I bid you adieu, Wright. Take care. Guess I should get moving too. Why? Do you need to be somewhere? Yeah, I got to work on this bridge, pal. I'm rigging something up so we can get across to the other side. Ah, that's right. Maya's still stuck over in the temple. But don't you worry, pal. As soon as it's all set, you'll be the first to know. Thank you, Gumshoe. Man, I can't fake cough without getting a hiccup. No problem, pal. Just trying to give me that cough of yours, okay? Von Karma never murdered his own father. Unless he shows up in another Phoenix Wright game, which is a blatant spoiler. Alright, I'm off. Hang in there, Maya. We'll get you out, I promise. But in the meantime, I got to continue collecting evidence. Hetsugura Temple doesn't have a single private phone line, and there aren't any houses in the area, so I guess Bikini is the only one who uses this. I really wish I had brought my cell phone with me. He still didn't bring it with him? That's so stupid, Phoenix. Should've brought it with you. Now it really is more of a dusty bridge than a dusky bridge. That kidnapping incident happened here 11 years ago, so maybe it's cursed too. Maybe, Phoenix, maybe. There's a narrow path going off in a different direction than that of the main hall. Looks like someone's taken the effort to write to Heavenly Hall on the signpost. That thing looks like it's ready to collapse, at least more than it did before. According to Bikini, Eagle Mountain is very prone to earthquakes, which reminds me, if my memory serves me correctly, Edgeworth isn't exactly a fan of earthquakes. No, he isn't, because of the incident in the elevator. No, I'm saying Von Karma killed Edgeworth's father and convinced Edgeworth to blame himself. Yeah, maybe it was Von Karma that killed Edgeworth's father. No wait, I thought it was the security guard that did it. I don't remember. So let's get a move on. Let's head for Heavenly Hall first. February 9th, Heavenly Hall. Looks like no one's here. Larry! Loris! I was sure he'd be hiding here. Guess I'll try again later. No, not move. We were supposed to examine things. The snow is really piled up on the straw roof. It's otherworldly, like something out of a fairy tale. Well, the roof part anyway. The sign says Heavenly Hall. I guess it's pretty fitting. If you spend a night in this little freezing shack, you'll probably find yourself at the pearly gates by morning. That stuff is really ruining the beautiful atmosphere around here. It's so inappropriate. Like Sister Bikini in a bikini. Ugh. I gotta think of the kittens. Don't think about it then. I was about to say samurai, but I mean Phoenix. It was Von Karma who killed Edgeworth's dad, but Yanni Yogi was accused. You're right, Grodus. Oh, okay, so Von Karma did kill Edgeworth's dad. But Yanni Yogi was accused of it, okay. That's right. He killed him outside of the elevator, or when the elevator doors opened. Okay, it's the same thing. This is the famous Eagle River. I got to try out its rough rapids the other night. They say it has really strong current. And they weren't kidding. It's both powerful and fast flowing. I was dead lucky. I mean, lucky not to be dead. That stuff is really ruined. Okay. That's Dusky Bridge up there. It's amazing how clearly you can see it from far away. Larry supposedly saw everything through the shack's window. Not much light gets down here, so it must be pitch black at night. But this area was probably illuminated at night because of the burning bridge above. Probably. Look at this graffiti, scrawled right on the front of the shack. At least he managed to get a pretty good likeness. When I really think about it, I guess art kind of suits him. I mean, his very existence is an art, of sorts. Man, what? Bzz, bzz. Okay, just a graffiti thing. Gregor assumed it was him. Towards the main gate! February 9th has Sakura Temple main gate. Come on, please! It's for art's sake, I swear! There's only one guy I know who could be this persistent and high-strung. I'm talking about the heroine here! The heroine in my book! It will make her famous! Ah! Enough. A fool's fools who foolishly accept the foolishness of a fool's fool. Wouldn't you agree, Phoenix Wright? Huh? Me? Wait a second. I know you. It's you! Your reflexes and mine need to shape up. My brain's frying like a sunny side up and you want to grill me over a name? Francie! You can't do that! Even as we speak, Nick's on the brink of death. Or so I'm told. Whip a dead horse? Isn't that one of your American sayings? No, it's not. And I'm not on the brink of anything. Come on, Nick! Tell her, would you? Tell her she needs to model for my new picture book. Francis Whippity Whip Trip. The title. Ah! Before you ask me to model, learn to give at least semi-coherent testimony. And before that, you'll have to learn how to live a semi-coherent life, Larry. As bad as Von Karma was, at least his success didn't rely on blackmail. At least he didn't ruin your mentor's mother's life. At least he didn't kill your mentor and blame it on her sister. What? I don't care what everyone says. I'm telling the truth. I saw what I saw. She flew, I'm telling you. Whoosh! Just like that dude with the red underwear. You mean Superman? Larry, come on. You gotta know who Superman is. Don't think I'm gonna forgive you guys when you come crawling back to apologize. Off he goes. Huh. It's amazing how little has changed with you in the past year, Phoenix Wright. Let's examine first. I'd love to know what this thing was used for on the night of the crime. Huh, still a thing is small, I see, Phoenix Wright. Or perhaps not at all. That's why you will never defeat me. Sorry to burst your bubble, but I don't recall ever losing to you. It's time for us to settle this once and for all with one final showdown. Hello Chris, welcome to the stream, hope you enjoy. As you can see, I'm streaming Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Trilogy, aka Trials and Tribulations. Other than that, I am alright. How about you? And everyone else in the chat, how is everyone in chat? Looks like she mentally blocked out my victories over her from her memory. At least he didn't blame you when you figured out he was responsible for Mia's death. At least he wasn't red-white. Oh, that's great to hear that you're good, Chris. Good to hear. You can see the main hall from here. I wonder how the head nun is holding up. Oh wow, is that an inkling of human kindness, a sense? Ow! Do you enjoy causing other people pain with that sharp tongue of yours? It's nothing compared to the pain you cause with that leather whip of yours. It's a quaint little bell tower. I never would have thought that something this horrible was about to happen when Irish rang the lights out the bell that night. This is one impressive gate. Compared to the grandeur of the main gate at the Von Karma estate, it's but a pet door. It looks really idyllic with all that snow on it, don't you think? All that snow? Don't make me laugh. This is but a light dusting where I come from. Don't make things up just because you think I'll never get to see it for myself. Okay, let's have a chat with everyone's favorite prosecutor besides Edgeworth. Franziska von Karma, what's up with you? Have you been in Germany all this time? That's right. Extending my perfect win record, naturally. Oh, joy. Sounds like she hasn't changed a bit. Has it really been a year since we first met? I am Franziska von Karma, the prodigy. I see. I gave up on a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Franziska was born and raised in Germany and became a prosecutor at the age of 13. Her father was the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma, which looks like Dracula. He had a perfect win record for 40 long years, but now he's gone from this world. Because he was vanquished by Simon Belmont. Salmon Belmont. Don't get me started on Fury, a tiger who transformed into a waitress at the bar, where he killed a guy for his first $1 million value, fires this, and makes everyone blame her and turn into you. I lose doing some pain to ruin your name. Yep, that did happen in this game. Don't tell me you still hold a grudge against me because of what happened to your father. Phoenix Wright, you will fall before me. This I promise. But it will be for my sake, not my father's. Are we clear? Yes, Crystal. So how about today's trial then? In truth, I was shocked. I came back to America with the intention of defeating you. Instead, it was my little brother who was leading the defense. Edgeworth. Come to think of it, Edgeworth was pulled into being a prosecutor by Manfred von Karm as well. Miles Edgeworth told me something very interesting, you know. He said this case has a special significance to you. Because it does. And that's precisely why I'm here. Your personal involvement will make crushing you into teensy-weensy pieces all the better. Thank you Omnislash for following. On Twitch. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's probably the fever, but she's so openly hostile it's almost kinda cute. Ow! No smirking. No whipping the sick. That foolish fool doing such a foolish favor for such a foolishly foolish fool. I would pick a hated character from Dual Destinies, but it's too good of a game to spoil. Edgeworth. Make no mistake, Phoenix Wright. I came here for one thing, and one thing only. To pulverize you. It's not like I thought you were here to bring me some cold killer X, you know? So what happened? With you, I guess. I went over the whole case file on the flight over. You read the whole thing? Yes. Every last word of every last sentence of every last paragraph. All the ridiculous things you did made it a very interesting read, you know? Attempting to cross a burning bridge? Did you even consider the dangers? No. The only thought in my mind was, I have to get across. A fool who doesn't think is more foolish than a fool who foolishly thinks. Gumshoe said he let me know once the bridge was repaired. Maya, she gotta be okay, I just know it. Plus, I need to ask her about what really happened in the temple that night. And now my mother is calling. Plus I need to ask her what really happened in the temple that night. About this... Yow! I refuse to help you, Phoenix Wright. I should have known better than to try. Okay, then let's get a move on. The main hall. February 9th, Hazakura Temple, main hall. It's the guy who can turn into anyone. That was one long sigh. Sister Bikini? The only character from Turnabout Samurai who is hateable is Wendy Oldbag. Everyone else at least shows some respect for Wright, but Oldbag treats him like garbage. Oldbag's my favorite character in that case. My! I didn't know you were here. How are you doing? Oh man, look at her face when she's laugh. Ugh. It's like pudding moving. You don't have to pretend to be in a good mood for my sake. I suppose I made a terrible mess of things, haven't I? One would say that you met with a terrible fate! Oh! I let Mr. Gillies die. And there's Iris as well. Mr. Gillies. Now that I think about it, There's an acolyte sucked in a temple. And that poor little girl has gone missing too. That little girl? You don't mean Pearls, do you? Yes, I'm afraid I do. She hasn't been seen since the morning after the incident. Pearls? She's missing? Why didn't anyone tell me about this? I guess they probably didn't know, to be honest. It's an altar. It looks a bit old, but someone does a good job taking care of it. Speaking of altars, I remember seeing one like this in Karain Village last year. I guess they really do have something to do with spiritual power after all. Well, she did like Edgeworth. Yeah, she did like Edgeworth. I bet the writing in these sliding doors are instructions for spirit channeling. Kinda like how we scribble math formulas on the bathroom walls to remember them. Except we couldn't go to the bathroom during tests. And I can't read these walls. So nothing like it, Phoenix? What does everyone ruin their face? I mean, there's Dahlia ever since the turn about Memories case. White in the first game. There might be people in JFA and DD, but I haven't played them. I've only seen a layout like this when I saw this really old Japanese movie TV. Wow, this hibachi brazier really puts a lot of heat. Just think about how happy we were sitting here eating pot roast and gravy. There's a laughably large Magatama on the altar. If I can see Psycholox with his tiny Magatama I can only imagine what kind of power this bad boy has under his hood. Okay, serious before. Guess we'll talk with Bikini then. So how about that Iris? I must be getting old. I think I've seriously lost faith in myself. Are you talking about your performance at the trial today? You believe me, don't you? I'm not a liar. I would never lie. I know what I saw. I saw Iris pull a sword from Mystic Elise's body that night. I'm certain of it. At least, I was until this morning. I don't see any Psycholox, so she must be telling the truth. So why are you so unsure of yourself all of a sudden? You know that Iris will testify after me? I saw Iris flying! Her white hood fluttering! Because of now dual destinies only see a physical reason you and your fan. I can still get it digitally though. I felt like I might start flying myself. When I saw the man testify so fervently about something so impossible, I started to wonder if I had acted just like him when I was in the witness stand. I wouldn't take that guy too seriously. He's an artist, but all he draws is trouble and nothing else. If both Bikini and Larry are telling the truth, that can only mean one thing. They both didn't see what they think they saw. So how about the inner temple then? On the night of the incident, you met Iris at the inner temple, is that correct? That's right! I'm sure it was Iris! But Iris claims she was in her room in Hasakura Temple. I knew I shouldn't have come back here that night. But because you did, Maya is stuck all by herself at the inner temple. I'm so sorry. The drafts in that place are nothing to shake a stick at. Winter is especially bad. I'll bet. The training hall looks like it's about to fall down any second. Eagle Mountain's always been prone to earthquakes, just so you know. True, unlike Wily Wars, because it's not available on Xbox Live, WiiWare, PSN, or 3DS eShop. Nope, you can only play it via emulators these days, or unless you have one of those cards that have saved it downloaded or something like that. I played the game on the emulator. Earthquakes? Yes, I won't be surprised if the next big one. Levels the training hall. We've got to get Maya out there, fast! But still, there's really no need to worry. That area on the other side of Dusky Bridge is isolated like an island. It's like an island? How so? Well, the only thing on that side of the bridge is the inner temple. No one lives out there, and it's surrounded on all sides by the river or the forest. I see. So a criminal would be trapped should they choose to flee in that direction. And as long as the bridge is out of commission, he or she will have to stay there. That means Maya could be stuck out there with a murderer, and with no way to escape either. Oh dear, I suppose it does. Please, Gamshu, get the bridge up faster. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Blub, 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 blub. Blub, 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 blub. I gotta stop doing that. I'm curious about a few things, if you don't mind answering some questions. Oh? Do you need to know my measurements for your investigation or something? No, 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 Bikini, we don't need to know that. Nobody wants to know that. Let's not have a repeat of last stream. No, no, no. I want to know a little more about the victim, Miss Elise Duxnim. I'm afraid I don't know her waist size, or her bust size for that matter. We didn't ask about that. We never asked for that. We never asked for that. This DLC in Mega Man 11 needs to be staged to fight Hyperstorm H, Mega Water S, and Buster Road G, like how Mega Man 10 had Anchor, Punk, and Ballad. Well, that would be pretty cool, actually. But I haven't really played the Game Boy Mega Man games, so I don't know if you actually get weapons from Anchor, Punk, and Ballad. You did in the DLC for Mega Man 10. I remember that much. But I don't know about the other games, to be honest. No, I'm wondering why she came to stay in a place like this to begin with. I mean, she told us herself that she wasn't here for spiritual training. My. You make it sound like this place is some sort of dump, Mr. Wright. Mystic Elise was here to soak up the natural beauty of Eagle Mountain, if you must know. There, you did it again, Sister Bikini. I notice you always refer to Miss Doxnim as Mystic Elise. Oh! Yes, now, why is that? After all, she's not here as an acolyte. We address all our visitors as Mystic. It makes their experience feel authentic. And anyway, she's older than me. You must respect your elders, you know? How do you know that? How can you say for sure that she's older than you? What a rookie mistake, Phoenix! You never ever question a woman's age. That is like the biggest rookie mistake you could ever do, Phoenix. Yet, it's the one mistake you actually do. Phoenix is not very bright. I can tell you that much. Oh, she has a psycho lock. It works fine on my end. It seems Miss Elise Doxnim was no ordinary visitor after all. And there is Pearls. She was with Miss Doxnim on the evening of the murder, and now she vanished. It's all got to be connected somehow. Okay, so I have a psycho lock with 5 locks. Why did Pearls have to get mixed up in this mess?
Please, Mr. Wright, I know you're worried, but try to keep it together.
Oh man, my head's throbbing so bad, it's killing me. Pearls, she was with Miss Doxim on the night of the murder, remember?
Yes, but I have a temple to run, you know? I was busy preparing for the training. I didn't see the little darling even once after we finished eating dinner.
The murder, it didn't take place right in front of her innocent eyes, did it? Hopefully not, because that would be quite gruesome.
According to the detective, she hasn't turned up at her home either.
Come on, keep calm. There's one place left where Pearls could be. She just has to be there. Come on, Gumshoe. Tell me you'll be done with the repair soon. On to the courtyard. February 9th, Hazakura Temple, a courtyard. This is where Sister Bikini witnessed the incident. It's hard to imagine she was lying on the stand, so maybe there's some clues that have yet to be found. Yeah, maybe. We have the staff here. Miss Doxim's staff. I definitely remember there being a crystal sphere attached to the staff. Maybe this time... Oh yeah, right. You did, but Mirror Buster and Ballad Cracker were the only good ones. Screw Crusher isn't that useful and has abysmal accuracy. Maybe this time like this would happen, beating Hyperstorm gets you Typhoon Suck. Whatever that suction attack he has. In Buster Rod you get the Simian Staff. And Mega Ward you get his Mega Soaker. Yeah, maybe. I definitely remember there being a crystal sphere attached to the staff. I guess Larry eventually found the sphere near the foot of Dusky Bridge, but what was it doing all the way out there? There are a few of these stone lanterns scattered around in the courtyard. Without the city glare to compete with, I imagine they would seem a lot brighter. I guess Sister Bikini must light them now, since Iris can't be here. The main gate on the other side of the stone wall. The difference in elevation is almost 10 feet. That's how steep this hillside is. And that's also the height the body fell from according to the autopsy. Is it possible that Miss Doxim was pushed from the top of the wall? Maybe. They get quite a bit of snow up here on Eagle Mountain. Around here, skis aren't just for fun, they're tools for getting around. But the sled? Now that's gotta be for Bikini's own personal entertainment. The building up there is the main hall. It was there we were staying. It is kind of funny because it was built on a very steep slope. If you enter from the main gate side, These rooms above me are on the ground floor. Apparently Miss Doxon was staying in the corner room. I guess that's where she was pushed from that night. The Chichito is there in Mr. Amy's right hand. But it was proven in court today that it wasn't a murder weapon. Given the design, it must have been used for some pretty gruesome things in the past. Okay, it's just the Chichito. What the heck, that actually scared me.
What was that yelling? Inconsiderably large yell.
So this is where you've been. Keep it nice and warm, I see. Detective, have you... The bridge? Yeah, I did. I told you I'd let you know.
Well. Then I'll come along with you and...
Sorry, ma'am. No unauthorized entry. Access is restrictable to people involved in the case.
What was that? I'm involved, aren't I? You're gonna get much more involved than me.
Well, yeah, but that's not what I... Ah! It's been a while, Scruffy. It's... Miss... von Karma! Sister, please, leave that investigation to me.
My. Well, you certainly seem to have everything under control.
I'm on your side. I won't do anything you don't want me to. As you work to pin the gilding iris. What are you daydreaming about, Phoenix Wright? Ow! That hurts, you know? I don't care if it's from fans or Capcom, but we need a game based on the Sonic Mega Man crossover comic. Who you pick will determine the level design and boss gimmicks, for example, Sonic the obstacle placement. Silence! I, Francisca von Karma, will personally guide you through your investigation. So you will follow me. She's not seriously going to follow me around, is she? She probably will. Phoenix. Would be based on a Sonic game and the boss is regular Sonic bosses as for Mega Man regular Mega Man gameplay. Oh wow. The bridge actually looks a lot nicer now. Let's examine it. That thing looks okay. Okay, yeah, nothing new, despite it looking new. Inner Temple Gate, here we go. February 9th, Inner Temple Gate. Things have certainly become a lot more hectic than before. They must have commenced with the investigation.
Oh, Mr. Nick!
That voice! Pearls!
Mr. Nick! Mr. Nick!
So you were here, ever since that night?
I was so lonely. I thought I was going to die. When I woke up in the morning, I saw that Dusky Bridge was gone. I realized I was all alone.
She was all alone? It must have been very trying for you, little girl.
Ah, you're...
I'm Francisca von Karma, the prodigy. There's no need to worry now that I'm here.
You're the persecutor who was so mean to Mystic Maya last year.
Well...
I don't like you. You're nothing but a little girl without your whip.
Wow.
Mystic Maya didn't do anything wrong, but you were so mean. I'll never forgive you.
It looks like Pearl's words are getting under her skin. You're gonna get whipped, Phoenix.
Yeah,
Ow! Why are you whipping me? I didn't even say anything. You didn't have to. The smile on your lips gave you away. Anyway, Pearls. Weren't you with Maya?
I'm sorry, it's all my fault.
Huh? What are you talking about, Pearls?
Missing Maya!
Hey, wait, Pearls! She just ran off. Ow! That was cruel, Phoenix Wright. To make a little girl cry like that is inexcusable. What was that all about? Pearls acting like that is giving me the creeps. I guess I'd better take another look around since I finally got a chance. Especially since something about this place seems different from 2 days ago. You can see Dusky Bridge from here. It's an unusually long bridge, isn't it? I would say it's about 20 yards. I guess the gorge is too wide to cross with a piece of rope or wire, huh? Therefore, no one has crossed the gorge in either direction since the night of the murder. A simple yet sound deduction, wouldn't you say, Phoenix Wright? Because we would have plenty of bosses to go through, the intro boss would be the scuffle between Mega Man and Sonic. Then Tails Man, then Genesis Unit, then Roboticized Chaotix, then Shadow Man and Roboticized Shadow, then Blaze Woman and Silver Man, and then the Mega Killers, then Bass and Metal Sonic, and finally Egg Wily Machine. Look at all the Buddha statues lined up along the path. Phoenix Wright, do you think this is how many siblings the Head Nun has? Why don't you ask her next time you see her? You know what? I think I will. And she'll probably slap you for prying into her private affairs. Phoenix Wright, what? And would you stop calling me by my full name like that? Was this one a prosperous port? A port? Yes, the metal hook is a mooring post for boats, you know? Oh, that's an anchor for one of the wires that is used to hold up the bridge. I think the wire that was tied to this one probably snapped when the bridge burned down. I mean, there was no way there was ever a port all the way up here. Don't get smart with me, Phoenix Wright. Knuckles Man and Rose Woman. But I didn't say anything. There's a weird smell coming from the incinerator. The door is also open, almost like it's begging me to look inside. Well, well, let's see what stunning clue is concealed in here, shall we? Huh? It's empty. How naive of you, Phoenix Wright. But it's a bit strange, don't you think, Franziska von Karma? I seem to remember. There was snow on this incinerator first time I saw it. Yeah, it was. Now it's gone. In other words, someone been using it to burn something recently. Listen, Phoenix Wright. It's impertinent to call people by their full name. I was only copying you. A lot of double standard from that woman. There's a little gate that leads into the garden. It says no entry on the sign though. Come now, Phoenix Wright. What are you doing? Let's go in. It's half open anyway. What harm could come of it? But it says no entry. Don't you Americans enjoy doing whatever you like and then simply say whatever? Actually, we'd only have to do Tailsman first. If you want the first roboticized master weapon, you could get to be Chaos Cannon, you could. That's got nothing to do with anything. And who told you that? Stereotypes, probably. Okay, same thing. This must be the door that leads to the inner temple, where Maya Fey was training on the night of the murder. Yes, there's a solitary room there called the training hall. You could do it with some training yourself, Phoenix Wright. Yow! You're completely out of shape. I don't know how much more of this woman I can take. I don't take anymore. Also forgot about the Chaos Devil, a mix between Perfect Chaos and Wildest Devil machines. This must be the door that leads to the inner temple, where Maya Fate was trained. Oh. For some reason I clicked it. I guess we'll go to move in. To the training hall. Why is it a cycle lock there? February 9th, Inner Temple, Training Hall. What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? Maya, she was supposed to be in here training. Yet, it appears she's nowhere to be seen. What's that? That strange lock? He wasn't there 2 days ago. This whole room is really giving off some strange vibes. First off, we have something over here. It looks really weird. What do you think this yellowish poster is, Phoenix Wright? It's a scroll, not a poster. It's a picture of a woman who's actually... a woman? I don't see any woman here. There's a different atmosphere in this room since the last time I was here. No, it's not a different atmosphere. It's a different smell. It's gravy. What's the matter? This scroll, it's been completely covered in gravy. Ah, yes, there's a very appetizing smell in the air. But gravy is a type of sauce. So when you run out of paint, you Americans use gravy as a substitute, I see. No, no one does that. For starters, it stinks. This must be the gravy that we had with the roast on the night of the incident. But why would anyone do this? Why this scroll? Hang and scroll updated. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay. You can double check it. Good. It's an antique dresser. Don't you dare open it, Phoenix Wright. I'm usually against revenge stories, but Gil, who was mutated and locked away until retromutated in the episode, this one is a sequel to does it well. Because in the Kim Possible episode Return to Camp Wannabe, he puts on this nice guy act to hide his vengeful intention. Oh, okay, you're talking about Kim Possible. I didn't really get the segue there at first. Now I know how Maya feels when I tell her not to touch things. What a pity, it's full of nothing but old clothes for the acolytes. I thought we weren't opening it. I'm from the prosecutor's office. I can do anything. Yeah, you can do anything. Except stand up to a 9-year-old girl. Well, you got her there if you only told her that, though. This door. When I was here 2 days ago, that weird lock wasn't on it. Those chains, it's almost as if they're guarding something inside a cavern. I've never seen a lock quite like this before. I have. I've seen locks and chains just like this before. They look just like the ones that guard a person's secret during a psyche lock. I wonder if this lock is guarding something too. Dark secrets in a dark cavern. What took you so long? Oh, what took you so long? I thought even you'd manage to get here faster than this, Mr. Wright. Prosecutor Goddard. I didn't know you were here. Prosecutor? How come you didn't show up at the trial today?
Ha! I could ask you the exact same question.
Huh? But I had a cold, so...
I had something slightly more important than a common cold to deal with. The importance of which is something you have no hope of ever understanding.
Enough. I believe I have measure of you. You're the very worst kind of prosecutor. What could be more important than a trial?
Who's the wild mare, Wright?
This is Miss von Karma. She was acting prosecutor in your absence today.
Ha! Well, I guess I owe you one then. But you can go now, princess. It's time for the big boys to take the reins.
Just who do you think you are? The case is mine.
Hey, Philly! Know your role and shut your mouth. I can't stand women like you. I'm only going to say this once, Lady von Whippingberg. Go home.
Phoenix Wright? What are you hitting me for?
Ha! You deserve some more cracks of the whip than that, right?
What?
You still don't get it, do you? You don't realize that you've set something in motion that you'll never be able to undo.
There's something different about Godo today. I'm getting such a strong sense of something from behind the mask of his. Is it anger or is it sorrow? Why didn't you show up at the trial? You had some important business and that's why you weren't in court, huh? So what was it?
I've told you once before, but perhaps you don't remember. I returned from the depth of hell to do battle with you. You see, Tried, I've experienced something most have not. Death.
You died?
Of course. Being extradited from hell is a tedious affair. The meticulous regeneration and adjustment of all your internal organs is... well, let's just say modern medicine allows us all to live to a ripe old age. Even someone like me.
So you mean that mask you wear is...
this ugly device. I promise it's not a fashion statement, my enlightened friend. Without this, I can't see your frequently dumbfounded face.
I didn't know.
My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. Still, I keep this worn out piece of junk of a body going with the regular servicing.
I'm sorry, but you say you experienced death? How is that possible? What happened?
Why don't you ask him?
Huh? Me?
Yeah, right. You should know all about it. You know when my life ended, and who ended it for me.
Well, Phoenix Wright, do you? I don't know what he's talking about. Although, to be honest, I do feel a little tug at the corner of my memory. I think I do know about how Godot was killed.
It will all become clear in due time. Isn't that right, right?
Can't undo? Earlier, you said you've done something I can never undo. What did you mean by that, exactly?
The inner temple here on this side of Dusky Bridge is an isolated island.
That's what Sister Bikini said too.
And I wonder, right? Do you know what the police are doing here today?
What do you mean?
They're searching. Searching for any trace of an acolyte who went missing.
Missing?
As the leader of the search party, I can tell you this with absolute certainty. Maya Fey is not on this side of Dusky Bridge.
Huh? But that's impossible. She came here that night and...
I won't say it again. The chance of her being here are nil. Excluding, of course, one very unique place.
One? Where's that behind the locked?
The Sacred Cavern, the entrance of which we are standing at right now. This is the only place that the search party has yet to explore.
So they haven't searched the cavern yet, huh?
Be aware though, that the temperature inside frequently falls below freezing. Even if she were in there, the chance of her being found alive are slim at best.
No!
Which means, try that you send Maya Fey to her death.
You fool! If that's the situation, why aren't you in there with a search party right now?
You must have binders on, my equestrian angel. Don't you see the big lock and chains? It's a trick lock. I'm making preparations to open it as we speak. Well tried. Once again, a woman dies because of you.
Once again? What are you talking about?
Don't tell me you've forgotten. It was only 2 years ago, after all, when the last unfortunate woman died because of you.
Because of me?
And do you know who that was? It was Maya Fey's sister. That's right, Mia Fey.
Mia?
You killed her.
No, that's not how it was.
It was 2 years ago. Mia Fey was pursuing someone, a man. But she bit off more than she could chew. She made a very dangerous enemy.
Yeah, that one's case I'll never forget. But I got that guy, personally.
Sure, Miss Fey's murder was caught. But that won't bring her back.
Well, no, but...
You were with her at that time. You and no one else. It was your responsibility. You should have protected her. You say Mia Fey was your teacher. Well then, I say you've learned nothing tried. You robbed her of her life, and now you've let her sister suffer the same fate.
I haven't sentenced Maya to death. No! So how about this trick lock then? What is this particular looking lock? Why don't they just break it open? It would be a simple matter of...
I'm afraid we can't do that. This area has always been prone to earthquakes. The repeated tremors have weakened the foundation of the training hall. An excessive force used to break the lock open would. Well, let's just say the inner temple and the sacred cavern would be a thing of the past.
Very well, then dare I suggest the obvious solution of opening it with a key?
Ha! Sure. Just show me where the keyhole is on this trick lock.
There's no keyhole.
That's right. An interesting puzzle, huh? The person who set this lock is the only one who can open it.
Then who was it?
Simple. The accused.
What? Iris?
When Acolyte goes training inside a sacred cavern, the tending sister is responsible for locking the entrance. Obviously, the night of the murder was no exception. Maya Fey was to train in there.
So the bikini did mention it a number of times now that I think about it. She said that Iris was left in charge of supervising the early stage of the training.
So Iris, the accused, is the only one who can open this lock. I've arranged for her to be brought here now.
Iris is the only person who can open this lock. I hope she gets here soon. Hang on in there, Maya. We'll get you out.
So, I should be getting back to work.
Wait, Godot. How sure about Maya are you?
There's no doubt in my mind. She's in the sacred cavern somewhere. It's the only place she could be. You better start praying. You'd better pray that friend of yours bring the accused back here soon.
Edgeworth?
Listen up, Tried. There's only one thing I want to say to you before I go. I'll never accept you. Never.
Well, kinda cruel. You should choose your friends more carefully, Phoenix Wright. That's what everyone says. It looks like I don't have much of a choice. I guess I'll just have to do what I can for now.
I don't know, should I or shouldn't I?
Sounds like someone's talking to himself, but where's that coming from? I figured it was a gumshoe.
Yeah, I guess I better wash that off. That's what I'll do. No, but I can't do that. I'm a detective. Ugh, my brain. This is driving me nuts. Ah!
Is something troubling you, Scruffy?
Please don't whip me like that all of a sudden, sir.
It was merely a simple greeting, a friendly tap on the shoulder with my whip. So what's up, Gumshoe? Is something on your mind?
How did you know, pal?
Perhaps you were trying to decide if you wanted to wash that or not.
How did you know, sir? Oh yeah, I nearly forgot. You can't go through that little gate there, okay?
You mean the one that says no entry on it?
I, kinda already snuck in there.
Is he trying to be clever or something? So what's behind there, Scruffy? Hello, Extra Mana. Welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy. How are you, buddy?
Huh? I kind of garden-like garden. A garden? Yeah, anyway, it's under investigation right now, so keep out. I'm not telling you. I'm asking you, pal. Got me?
Is it normally the other way around?
Well, see you later.
So, shall we adjourn to this garden, Phoenix Wright? Of course. What else would we do? I really want to know what Gumshoe was thinking of washing off. To the Garden of Eden. Doing pretty good, sun is shining, have some beer, can't complain. Here the sun is hiding behind the clouds. February 9th, Inner Temple Garden. It says Maya upside down. There's a strange feeling in the air. I wonder what it is. Strange feeling. Forget about that. What's that strange writing on the stone lantern?
Ah! What are you doing here, sir? I thought I said you can't come in here.
Don't you know, Scruffy? A Von Karma will always show where there is a clue. And there are plenty of clues to be found here.
But...
Actually, let's examine first. Let's examine Maya first.
What the heck is that? What the heck is that? Indignation! It can't be! Uh-oh, you spotted, huh, pal?
Are you kidding me? It couldn't be more obvious. It says Maya.
Yeah, and before you ask, it's written in blood?
You will answer all our questions now, Scruffy. Without exception.
Yes, sir.
There's a couple of torches here. Guess you need all the light you can get up here in the mountains.
Yeah, I was looking at those things, pal. It looks like they've been lit pretty recently.
Recently? How recent are we talking about?
As recent as the night of the murder.
I was training here on the night of the murder. It's not unreasonable to think these things were lit up at the time, I guess. Well, this is odd. There's no snow on the ground here. And it's almost perfect rectangle. rectangle. It couldn't have happened naturally. Yes, it appears as though someone has carefully cleared away the snow. No doubt it was you, wasn't it, Scruffy?
Huh? No, it wasn't me, sir. It was already like that when my men and I got here to start the investigation.
It wasn't the police there who did it. Man, I'm starting to get tired.
Oh yeah, there's something I need to tell you, just between the three of us, okay?
What is it?
It's top secret, you can't tell anyone, got it?
Understood.
Well, when I was a kid, I got knocked out of the local wrestling contest, you see? I was so disappointed, I just picked up my mouth guard and cried all the way home. Man, I got in so much trouble when I left it on the couch.
Is that it?
That's it? Ah!
Whoever cleared the snow away must have had a reason. Although, I can't even begin to imagine what the reason could be. It's a broom as well. Okay, they just care about the torches, okay. There's a charm or something poking out from the snow. It looks pretty old. There's a leather cord tied to it too.
Apparently it belonged to the victim.
To Miss Elise Doxnim?
Yeah, there was a broken leather cord around the lady's neck. The ends of the cord found on both the victim and on this charm matched exactly.
Sounds to me like this little trinket is going to be my ticket to getting some very big answers. Corinne's master talisman added to the court record. Okay, so it's probably like I'm thinking it is, that Elise Doxim was actually Maya's mother. Oh, Maya and Mia's mother. A little lantern, a little statue. It's certainly a quaint little garden. Oh? What is this huge bowl here for?
Oh, I know this one. It's a water bowl, isn't it?
Everything else is completely frozen over. But the ice in this bowl has been broken. That's true. I wonder if this has any impact on the case.
Well, I doused my face earlier with the water in this. I was getting kinda sleepy. Ah!
Next time you're sleepy, you need to only come to me. Got it? I think I got it. To be honest. So, how about the investigation? So, how's the Inner Temple investigation going?
We have the best forensic team in the world working this place.
Forensic team? And what was the outcome of the scientific study?
Nothing. Scientifically speaking, the place is as clean as a whistle.
That's simply not good enough, Scruffy. Do you think I'll let you get away with that?
Uh-oh. Well, there were a couple of things that bothered me when I first got here, sir. That stone lantern and the surrounding area that's not covered in snow, correct?
Oh, the stone lantern and the surrounding area that's not covered in snow, correct?
They look kind of fishy to me, you know, scientifically speaking. So I got the lab boys to look them over. The results were... it's kind of hard to say, actually.
I guess I better look into them myself. So, what about Maya? About Maya?
Oh, did Mr. Goto tell you yet?
Yes, we heard.
He's got a search party out looking for her. But there's nowhere else she could have disappeared to on the side of Dusky Bridge. All we can do is wait for Mr. Edgeworth to get here, pal.
Edgeworth?
He's escorting Iris, the defendant, over here.
We'll have to wait since she's the only one who can open the door to the Sacred Cavern.
Oh, I think Mr. Edgeworth wants to talk to you about something too, pal.
Huh? I wonder what it is.
Just don't be expecting any good news when you talk to him. When I spoke to him, Mr. Edgeworth sounded so down. I felt like I was drowning.
Sounds pleasant.
Well, I'm really tired for streaming today.
Bloody writing. Maya, so these letters are written in blood?
Yeah. What's worse is the victim's blood.
Huh? This is Miss Doxim's blood?
We haven't done a detailed analysis yet, but it's looking that way, pal.
More interesting. Phoenix Wright, I presume you know, don't you? Why Maya's name is written upside down?
You know what? That was really bothering me too. But I just came up with the answer. The result of my own special gumshoe investigation.
Really? Do tell.
Well, on the night of the murder, that stone lantern was upside down.
Gumshoe? It's made out of stone? It could impossibly be upside down. Anyway, there's really only one logical explanation to this mystery. Miss Elise Doxim wrote these letters herself, in her own blood. You must be joking. That's impossible.
From the writing in the victim's blood and the other clues left behind, it seems pretty likely that this garden was the scene of the Miss Elise Doxim's murder. At least, that's our current theory on how the events took place, pal.
What?
True crime scene. Bum 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 bum.
So Miss Doxim was killed here?
However you want to look at it, that's what people are saying now.
Then, what Sister Bikini saw in the courtyard at the main temple was Well, what was it? If that wasn't the scene of the crime, what did she see?
What do you think, Miss Von Karma? Ah!
Surely a special Gamshu investigation would reveal the answer now. But wait a sec. The bloody writing and all the other clues here. Someone could have easily set all that up after the murder, right?
Sorry, but that's not an option, pal.
Why not? How quickly you forget, Phoenix Wright. Ever since the incident occurred, this place has been completely inaccessible. Because the Dusker Bridge was completely burned out.
I was overseeing repairs to the bridge this whole time. No one came over here before me and my men. Which means no one could have planted all this stuff here, pal.
I can't think of any counter-argument to that.
I knew it. I should have washed the blood off the lantern as soon as I got here.
If this really was the scene of the crime, then I need to figure out exactly where it was that the bikini actually saw. Okay, nothing else there. Then let's go to in the Temple Gate. Suspension bridge. Let's press the wrong button because why not? Let's go to Heavenly Hall again to double check. Nothing there. Let's not examine. The wrong button. Suspension bridge is the only place I can go to. And that is the place I shall go to as well. Main gate. February 9th has a Kura Temple main gate. It seems we have a visitor. Oh, it's this music. Mr. Wright! Iris! I'm really glad to see you.
Godot managed to mobilize the police by claiming a state of emergency.
Not him again. Never mind him. We gotta hurry and lock the sacred cavern. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. It's my fault someone so important to you is locked in there. Mr. Edgeworth, can we finish our conversation later?
Alright. Let's hurry to the inner temple then. I'll see you later, right?
Hold it!
Wait, Edgeworth, I'm coming with you guys.
Sorry, Wright. I can't allow you to come with us.
What?
I hate to be the one to break it to you, but my fate's in a rather delicate position.
What do you mean by a delicate position?
This isn't simply a rescue operation, right? It's also an investigation. That being the case, we can't allow members of the public to interfere.
Come on, Edgeworth.
If anything happens, you'll be the first to know. Please understand, right?
But it's Maya. Mr. Wright, all that matters is that Mr. Maya is rescued, correct? Aye. Listen to the voice of reason for a change, Phoenix Wright.
From now on, consider anything beyond Dusker Bridge to be off limits. We'll be going now, excuse us.
Ah! This is no time to be standing around, Phoenix Wright. Aren't there other things that demand your attention? She's right. Thanks for reminding me. Let's save the game. Let's continue with the game. From save point. From the save point. To the main hall. February 9th has a Kura Temple main hall. Since the bikini looks like she's shrunk some since last I saw her. Don't be so rude, Phoenix Wright. What's wrong, Sister Bikini?
My. Hello, you two. How are you doing? Waha! Waha!
From the sound? From the sound of that sigh, I guess she's still pretty down.
Iris was just here.
You know, she was accompanied by the handsome crimson-clad prince.
Is he talking about Edgeworth?
It was just a courtesy call. I wasn't allowed to talk with her at all. Oh dear, it's all my fault that this has happened. Poor Iris. She's something I miss.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh dear. It's all my fault that this has happened.
Man, I want to see what the text was. That's too far behind. It should be somewhere here.
Poor Iris.
Okay, I can't pause it either to catch it. Oh well.
What have I done to her?
Only what you had to do, sister. You bravely and truthfully testified about what you saw. There's no shame in that. And we'll see it that your testimony wasn't made in vain.
Well, I don't hear anyone else saying that. Mr. Bluesuit doesn't seem to share your opinion, does he?
Huh? Me? Ah! Oh yes, you did great, Sister Bikini. Absolutely spectacular!
You two are the only ones who said that to me.
I can't shake the feeling that I just became a shield to a shrew. Do you have a problem, Phoenix Wright? Sure, she wasn't brave to testify so truthfully like that. But I know she's still hiding something. Guess it's time to break those psycholocks of hers. Yeah, it's also time to save the game again. I hate psycholocks, they're so annoying. They were not a good inclusion in the game. The opposite way around, in my opinion.
Take that!
Take that! Elise Stocksnim. Since the bikini, the truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. I'm convinced that Miss Elise Stocksnim had a special significance to this temple. As to why she had a special significance, I believe it has to do with her true identity.
What on earth are you talking about? She was... Mr. Elise was an author. Yes, an author of picture books.
To be honest, I had my suspicion almost immediately after I met her.
Suspicious? Suspicions?
Yes. But I didn't have any evidence to support my theory, though. But now I do. This piece of evidence proves Miss Stocksnim's true identity. Could it possibly be this?
Take that!
Yes, it was. Good. Miss Stocksnim had this charm with her all the times.
Ah! Where did you...
This isn't some cheap good luck charm either.
Then, what do you think it is, Mr. Wright? What could a talisman like that possibly mean?
It's a talisman. It's a talisman, is it? Interesting.
Whoops!
This thing speaks volumes about who Miss Stocksnim really was. This talisman and the other item unequivocally proved Miss Stocksnim's true identity. I wonder what it could possibly be. The painting is obscured by this gravy stain at the moment. But this scroll shows the master of the crane channeling technique. The crest at the top is a sign of an honorable title. The very same crest that adorns the talisman the victim carried with her.
Ah!
This crest is reserved for the master of Kurain.
Who on earth told you that nonsense? I got no idea what you're talking about.
The new master Maya Fey told me.
What? You mean that acolyte is Mr. Face?
Daughter? Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes. In fact, since her eldest daughter passed away, Maya is Mr. Faye's sole successor.
Mister.
Oh wow. Wow, that broke all the locks. Wow. Unlock successful. So Elise Doxnim, tell us about her now.
Mr. Elise graced us with her presence about a week ago. When she showed me the talisman with the mark on it, well, I nearly fainted. No one had seen her since she disappeared 17 years ago after all.
What is the significance of this talisman, sister?
The Kurain talisman is a symbol of the Master of Kurain. The bearer must carry it with them always until their death.
Until their death? So Elise Doxins was really Maya's mother, huh?
She was Mr. Faye, the master of the Kurain channeling technique.
The truth comes out at last. It looks like we're making some headway here. Tell me, sister, after 17 years, why did she choose to show herself now?
Because something happened that called her out of hiding.
What happened?
Well...
What's happening? It can't be! Indignation!
Earthquake!
Ah!
Oh my goodness, the inner temple! This kind of tremor might...
The inner temple?
The sacred cavern in the training hall! It might very well cave in!
What? Maya! It seems to have passed. Well, we can't just stand here and do nothing. Let's go. What? Where? To the inner temple, of course. What else? Sister Bikini, we'll finish this later, alright?
Of course! You're run along now. People may have been hurt. I must get some first aid kits ready.
Come on then, Phoenix Wright. They won't bar you from entering as long as I'm with you. Thank you. Right at that moment, I had a worse feeling in my gut. We just had an earthquake. I wonder if he's alright. You look worried. Are you thinking about Miles Edgeworth? Come on, let's go. We gotta hurry to the inner temple and... Right! Ah! What are you doing here?
How could I have?
How do you understand us? How do you expect us to understand if you don't speak up? Yo! Hey! Why am I the one getting whipped?
She's gone.
No.
The defendant, Iris, she's gone.
Why did you let her go, Edgeworth? Gone where?
She fled. She escaped.
What? So it was just now during the... It's easy to see Edgeworth's one and only weakness. His fear of earthquakes.
I should have known better than to escort the defendant alone. As soon as the ground started shaking, everything went dark before my eyes and I stupidly passed out.
That incident haunts you to this day, doesn't it?
That's no excuse for letting the suspect get away. I can't believe I let it happen. Right, the inner temple area is a dead end. So she could have only escaped to this side.
We haven't seen her.
Then we need to get a manhunt underway now and search Eagle Mountain from top to bottom. Wait, Ashworth. Have you thoroughly checked the inner temple yet? Don't be ridiculous, why would I? The inner temple is like an island. There's no way to escape but to cross. No, that's not it. Iris isn't the type of person to run away, Edgeworth. What are we talking about? Sister Bikini mentioned something when we were with her. She said that the sacred cavern might have caved in because of the quake. Do you think Iris might have gone to the inner temple to check on the situation? Listen, Edgeworth, I'm sure she's at the inner temple. A manhunt is not necessary. Right. Let's not waste any more time. We need to get to the training hall sacred cavern now. Alright, let's go. February 9th, Inner Temple, Training Hall. Fortunately, the sacred cavern hadn't caved in. But what we found was something none of us could have ever expected. Okay, 5 Psychologs. On the door, what the hell? How can there be even more locks? What is the meaning of this? Iris! Iris, please tell me. What the hell is going on? To be continued. It's neither a mirror nor shit, it's gravy and it's a scroll. Save the game. And I will be right back. As I'm gonna go and fill this glass with water. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. And I'm gonna turn on the lights in the room so I won't be as sleepy as I am right now. So stick around everybody and I'll be right back. And I am back.
Well, it's pretty shitty gravy, so it counts. You just want it to be poop. February 9th in a temple training hall. Ba-da-ba-bum-bum. Right. Is this what Godot was talking about? Yeah, the trick locks. Now then, Iris, please remove these at once.
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm afraid I can't. It's not possible for me.
What? During the earthquake, when the cavern was in danger of caving in, Iris escaped. And I know that there was only one lock when I last came here. So, you're saying that you can't undo the new locks?
Yes.
If only I was stronger.
Of course, Edgeworth is a much better waifu than Iris. Edgeworth is the best waifu in this game. After perhaps Gumshoe. Edgeworth, how are you feeling? You look a little pale in the face.
Like you're one to talk with your face all green.
Miles Edgeworth, go and get some air. I'll watch over the suspect. You go and get a grip on yourself.
Don't be ridiculous, I'm perfectly fine.
There's no telling what sort of mistakes you could make in your current state. Go and get some rest. That's your only concern now, Miles Edgeworth.
Understood. I'll handle the investigation in the garden. You take care of things here.
Edgeworth. He's got so much pride that he's probably off crying in the corner of the garden. Oh, that's so mean. It's Phoenix. Pride is simply another trap that hinders us in our lives. Like you're one to talk, Von Karma. That said, one must have pride to be effective on the job. At any rate, it seems that this is where we part ways, Phoenix Wright. I'm going to stay here and see if I can help solve these bothersome puzzles. I see. Well, thanks for your help. Now then, do you mind if I ask a few things, Iris?
No, not at all.
This door. When I was here earlier, there was only one lock. But now there's 5 of them. Those chains, it's almost as if they're guarding something inside the cavern. I've never seen locks quiet like these before. I have. I've seen locks and chains just like these before. They look just like the ones that guard a person's secret during a cycle lock. I wonder if these locks are guarding something too. A dark secret in a dark cavern. So why did you escape? Why did you make a run for it, Iris?
I'm sorry. I heard he in the temple had been severely shaken by strong earthquakes we had. I was so worried. I just had to come and see.
In other words, you didn't run away to escape the law. At least we're clear on that. I can't tell you how relieved I was when I saw the sacred cannon was alright, but... But what? Then I saw these chains here. I saw all these extra locks that someone had put on the sacred cavern store and... Who in the world would do something like this? Pearls, perhaps? So how about these trick locks? These trick locks are a sacred treasure of the Korean tradition. There are hundreds of ways to set them. That's why only the person who set the lock can open it. And you aren't the one who set these locks? I don't think it's that simple, Franziska von Carmel. I think the murder's the dude that puked up the gravy. Maybe, Sanin, maybe. Hello, Min. Yeah, you can be ready to be choked. Because apparently you like that kind of stuff. If we go by my last stream of this game. When we were here the first time, there was only one lock. But now, somehow, there's 5 of them. What does that mean? It means that someone wanted to secure this place even more. And they wanted to secure it before you got here, Iris. Presumably because they wanted to make sure Maya couldn't get out. This means that Iris can only open one of these locks, the first one. You're quite welcome, Min. I knew you would go for that bait there, Sanin. Min was making a joke last stream. I just have a tendency to answer jokes as they were the truth. Yes, that's correct. What? Iris, try to think, please. Isn't there any way around this? Well, like I said, there are hundreds of different ways to set these locks. Wow. I suppose if I went through every combination with each one, I could remove them. But... I also like holding people's hands with my own hands. It will take time, won't it? Yes. About a day, if I had to guess. A whole day? Well, that's better than leaving these locks in place. Will you do this for us? I thought you liked girls, man. You said I like to shock myself, obviously. Wow. Nice, man. Nice going there. Sure, I'll do whatever I can. We got to wait another day. So yeah, see ya, Sanin. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed. Don't get choked. Yeah, don't get choked on a couple of dicks. I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. Good thing my streams are not PG-13. Great to have you here though, Simon. Hang in there, Maya. You're going to have to call on your inner strength now. Night of the crime. You know what, Iris? There's still one thing I don't quite get. And what might that be, Phoenix Wright? Those are psyche locks, yes. But everyone can see them now. I think it's obvious. Iris, on the night of the murder, where were you? Please, Iris, don't give me that look. You told us that you were in your room at Hazakura Temple at the time of the incident. But you were seen the same evening at the Inner Temple. And then you were spotted at the scene of the crime in Hazakura Temple too. Being spotted at both Hazakura Temple and Inner Temple, as if you were... Well, Iris, I think it's about time you told us the truth. Here comes the 3 psyche locks, okay. I knew it. There's something going on here that we don't know about. So, we're gonna have to do that later, obviously. No, not present anything, we're gonna move. Let's get a move on to the garden. We're gonna check up on, I'm gonna choke on noodles. A little choking in yesterday, not yesterday's, but last time's stream and this stream apparently. February 9th, Inner Temple Garden. The cops are still combing the place. They look pretty nervous. I'll be nervous too. It's got to be a tough job. Especially with someone giving you the evil eye the whole time. How could I have done that? Wow, I can't believe it's still bothering him. Edgeworth? Ah! Hey, don't you dare run away. Choking in pillows. Welcome to a Grodus stream. There haven't been any mentions about pillows in quite a while. You're lucky that Ultra, Pikey, Nian barely watch my streams anymore. He ran when I said choke me, see? What do you want, Wright? What do I want? If you came up here to laugh at me, then get on with it. Go on, laugh away! I was ready to hug it out with him, but he's just the same prideful Edgeworth. You went back to the Criminal Affairs Department, right? You said you want to look into something concerning Iris. Yes. And thanks to what I found, I was reminded of something terrible. What was that something terrible? The investigation! You guys are putting a lot of effort into the investigation of the garden here, huh? There's a high chance this is the actual scene of the crime. That's why. Dream on, man. You mean because of the writing in blood and the talisman in snow? Exactly. As you know, those things could have been planted here after murder. But surely you don't suspect Maya, do you? We have to treat everyone as a suspect. Maya as well as Iris. It's our job, right? How about the earthquake then? So, I guess you still haven't gotten over your fear of earthquakes. No. Though thankfully, my nightmares have stopped. Well, that's good to hear at the very least. What's your name, Edgeworth? But still, if the ground gives even the slightest tremor, I find myself short of breath. 17 years ago, when we were little school kids at the same elementary school, Edgeworth found himself in the middle of a murder. It all started with a big quake that hit the courthouse.
Yes, I was stuck in the elevator with my father, who was a defense attorney. We were deprived of oxygen and we passed out. That's when it happened. That single gunshot shattered my whole life. I lost everything that day, all because of that earthquake. My dreams, my family, and myself.
It's been more than 17 years now. And that case was finally resolved 2 years ago, right?
You think I don't know that? I was there.
Yeah, so was Phoenix, and I was also there.
But it was such a shock. I never imagined I couldn't be so wrong about myself and my life.
It's very good to have you here though, Min. I'm glad to see you're alright and attending my streams again. Since there was a time where you wouldn't show up on either my or Samurai's streams for a while.
I'm sorry, Wright. There's nothing else I can say. Not after you choose to become a lawyer for my sake. And not after you saved me.
Edgeworth, you're stronger than you think, so no more of this self-pity, okay?
There was something that bothered me about her from the moment we met. I felt like I'd seen her somewhere before. No, wait. Not somewhere. I felt like I'd seen her in a court before.
So, you went back to the criminal affairs department to look for her file? Yinya said, you liked being choked, what the fuck since when? And can we schedule that? You're Oh, wow. Oh, Min.
Yes, I checked over every case file I've ever worked on, and I was right. I had seen her face before, 6 years ago.
6 years ago?
It was my first appearance in court, and as cases go, it was my worst nightmare.
So, who is she?
I'm sorry, Wright. I can't give that information away to a member of the general public.
What? Why not? It might be the crucial piece of the puzzle that solves this case.
The woman I knew was the daughter of the jewelry store owner. She had nothing to do with Iris and Hasakura Temple. And neither did the case. No, that woman is completely unrelated to this murder.
Unrelated?
Yes, I can say that with complete confidence.
You're wrong, Edgeworth. She's totally related to this case. I need to fill Edgeworth in. I need to explain the connection between Iris and the woman Edgeworth knew.
Apparently Iris was taken in by the sister here at the temple when she was a child. However, we still don't know much about her past, so we're looking into it.
Here we are going to go tell him I don't like being choked. But Min, how do you know until you tried? Gotta try to know that you don't like it. Or maybe I'm just being a jerk, who knows. That reminds me. Edgeworth went back to the criminal affairs department to look up some stuff on her. I should ask him what he's found.
Another victim we know nothing about, same as always. I hope you'll tell me if you know something about our mystery woman, right?
I know that at least Doxin was no ordinary visitor to this temple, but her true identity could be a useful weapon for the defense, and I can't give that away just like that. February 9th, in the temple gate. I'm finally getting to the bottom of this case. I can count on Iris to break those locks, so I should try to gather more clues. Proceed to Bikini, Edgeworth, Gumshoe, and Pearls. To the suspension bridge! February 9th, Dusker Bridge. It's weird that there's no one around all of a sudden. I'm sure it sure gets quiet up here in the mountains when you're all on your own. Speaking of alone, I guess I should go check out the shack just down this path. Maybe I'll find Larry there sulking again. Yeah, maybe you do. Heavenly Hall. It's quiet, heavenly down there. February 9th, Heavenly Hall.
Oh, Mr. Nick.
Perth, what are you doing here?
Nothing. What about Mr. Maya? Is she alright?
Well, we don't know yet.
Oh, I see.
Hey, what do you think you're doing here, Nick? Larry. This is a loser shack where losers get together to lose themselves. This is the what? Hey, we find comfort in others' failures, okay? You got a problem with that?
Look, Mr. Nick, Mr. Norris did a picture of me.
That's, great, Pearls. We're going to gather firewood now. We'll be cooking some half-rotten potatoes over a miserable little campfire. So stay out of our way. I don't believe this. Why can't you try getting fired up or becoming a better man? No one believes a word I say anymore. Listen to me, Pearl. You don't want to trust this kind of guy, okay? He'll only let you down.
Oh, Mystic Maya.
So, Laurie's sketch. Larry, is there something you want to tell me about this picture? Hello Ricardo, welcome to the stream, hope you enjoy. Well, you only missed 2 hours and the first investigation part. So, about halfway through the stream, I suppose. Huh, I got nothing to say to you, Nick. My life's here now, with Pearl. 2 losers cooking potatoes together forevermore. What am I going to do with him? Alright then, what do you think about this picture, Pearls?
I think it's really well drawn. I can't draw at all, so I think it's really amazing.
See, someone appreciates it. It's tough getting the flames to look like that, you know? I actually like it too, to be honest. It's just that, since he was sketching it and all that.
It's supposed to be Sister Iris flying through the air, isn't it? I love it. It's like a dream, a wonderful fantasy.
No, it wasn't a dream. She really flew. I'm telling you, Iris really flew that night. Any plot twist so far or something like that? I don't remember this part. Not that I can remember. That hasn't really been spoiled to me. Well, I guess a plot twist is that Von Karma was actually nice to us. Francisca, I mean.
But Mr. Norris...
Not you two. Please don't look at me like that, Pearl. Don't look at me like I'm some kind of nutcase. I beg of you. Guess this picture really is a representation of what Larry thinks he saw. Okay, so I was half asleep while I was here that night. But I was wide awake after the lightning struck. No worries, Ricardo. And I saw what I saw. It was exactly like I drew in the picture. And it looks like I don't have any choice but to take this sketch at face value. Hey, what's with the look of that on your face? The night of the crime, where were you both? Or more importantly, where were you, Pearls? Pearls?
Yes, Mr. Nick?
I've been meaning to ask you about the night of the murder. Where were you, and what exactly were you doing when it all happened?
I was just, well, I'm just a kid, you know. I'm sure it doesn't really matter what I was doing. Does it, Mr. Nick?
Sorry, Pearls, but yes, it does. On the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Miss Doxon's room reading a book together, but Miss Doxon was murdered, and you, Pearls, were at the inner temple. Just what exactly happened that night, Pearls?
I'm really sorry, Mr. Nick.
Oh wow, she also has a psychic lock. Oh, holy 6, a 6-1, that's the biggest one so far.
I've been a bad girl. That's why I'm being punished.
What are you talking about, Pearls?
My spiritual power, it has disappeared.
What? Your powers have disappeared? So, what about this lost powers? What do you mean your power has disappeared, Pearls?
It's all over for me. A spirit medium who can't channel spirit is like a painter who can't paint.
Hey, what are you looking at me for? Wow. That connection is glorious though. Pearls. Did you try to channel someone's spirit right here at Hazakura Temple? Tried but failed, perhaps? Way to go, Nick! You made her cry! That was really cruel of you! Just as I thought. I'm going to have to break her psychic locks to get the truth of her. Guess we'll move on to speak with Bikini then. This is what I feel about that. To the main gate! February 9th has a Kura Temple main gate. I wonder if Sister Bikini is back at the main hall yet. I haven't seen Gumshoe around for a while either. Maybe they're having a cup of tea together somewhere. I bet Gumshoe is Sister Bikini's type. Poor Gumshoe, I guess? February 9 has a Kura Temple main hall.
Well, what's the damage? How's the sacred cavern?
It looks like it survived, but we have a bigger problem now. I told Sister Bikini all about it. About the fire locks that were stopping us from getting inside the sacred cavern. Yeah, poor Gumshoe, alright.
But who? Who could have done that? The only person who know how to set those tricks locks are those of the Korean tradition.
We have Iris at the sacred cavern, trying her best to open them for us right now. Actually, there's something I've been meaning to talk with you about, Sister Bikini.
Oh yes, we were in the middle of a chat, weren't we?
Yes, you were telling me how the Master of Crane disappeared 17 years ago. I want to know why Mr. Faye suddenly appeared at this temple.
It was about a week ago when Mystic Misty arrived. After she showed me the talisman that proved she was the Master, she said, "Someone is trying to destroy the Korean tradition's main family line. I am here to put a stop to them."
Is that the mother of Pearls? Pearl's mother? Let's keep on doing that. Who knows? I guess we'll find out. Someone was trying to destroy the main family line?
There's only one heir to the title of Master at any time, and it's usually the eldest.
That child becomes the new master of Corain, and her daughter, the main family. All other mediums become branch family members, with no hope for controlling the clan. That's why nothing has changed throughout the history of the clan. Branch families always have and always will plot to erase those of the main family line.
Is the power of the master worth much bloodshed? Hey Asada, welcome to the stream, hope you'll enjoy. Okay, so Korean channeling technique, let's begin.
You believe in the technique, don't you, Mr. Wright? You know its power is real.
How are you today, Asada? Yeah, I do. It's been 2 years since I first met Maya. In that time, I've seen her channel the spirits of the dead plenty of times. During the Mask case, and during Maggie Bird's trial too. Thanks to Maya, Mia's always on hand to help me out when I needed her the most.
The Korean technique has made a huge difference to the world, you know? I mean, the ability to commune with the dead. That's true psychic power, you know? Members of the tradition have always been there, behind every important leader. Who wouldn't respect such tremendous skill?
You missed about 2 hours and 12 minutes of the stream, or 10 minutes of the stream. But we've gotten over to the other side, we found Pearl, Maya is locked behind first one psychic lock, then an earthquake occurred, and then there's 5 psychic locks now. And we learned that Mystic Elise is actually Mystic Misty. Yeah, Phoenix did forget the first 2 games in this section. I suppose so, but with all that power and influence, I kind of expected you to be really rich by now.
Are you saying we're poor, Mr. Wright? Oh. You're very direct, aren't you? People don't believe in it anymore, you see, all because of one little mistake.
A mistake? What mistake?
It was 17 years ago. That's when everything came crashing down. All because of that incident.
That incident? Is she talking about what I think she is?
I'm sure the records still exist, if you're interested. Locked up, of course. It was called the DL6 incident. That's the name of the file.
Okay, so DL6 incident returns. The DL6 incident. Haha, DL6 almost sounds like DLC.
I knew it!
DL6 incident. The DL6 incident. I know it well. I handled a related case just 2 years ago. I already have one called Kaiba Corp, so the next one will be Mystery Inc. Mystery Inc.
Ah, that's right! So was you who was the defense attorney in that case.
The murder took place 17 years ago. It was the first time in the country's history the police ever used a spirit medium. The idea was to channel the victim's spirit to learn the identity of the murderer. And the medium who performed the channeling was Misty Faye, Maya's mother. Through Mystic Misty's channeling, the name of a certain man surfaced. Armed with that as evidence, the investigators were spurred into action. But that man, he was found not guilty, wasn't he?
That's right, he was. And the case remained a mystery. In other words, we failed. It was the first case the world had ever seen the Korean traditionally openly involved in. It was all over in the media, the public, the judiciary, the people of Korean village. Everyone judged her. Everyone said Misty's power was a sham.
And then she just disappeared, vanished, while everyone still thought of her as a fraud.
But I know the truth. Misty Faye's spirit channeling wasn't a sham at all.
Of course it wasn't. And since you managed to reveal the truth, we're finally making a comeback. The current tradition is starting to recover at last, but with a new master wielding the power of the clan.
Does she mean Maya? So how about this family feud then?
The spiritual power of the current channel technique is in the blood.
Maya told me the exact same thing before. We, the women of Fae clan, has always been spirit mediums. It's because of the power to communicate with spirits flows strongly through us. According to Maya, only the women in the family can inherit that power.
The main family's bloodline stems directly from Mystic Amy. But with each new generation, only one daughter becomes the new master.
And the ones who don't become branch families, right?
That's right. And it's always the cause of tragedy.
You know, Maya had a sister too, an older sister named Mia.
Oh yes, I've heard of her.
What? You know about Mia?
Of course. She became a lawyer in the hopes of discovering what happened to her mother.
And lost her life as a result.
Do you know what Mystic Mia is rumored to have said? She said it wasn't only because of her mother that she became a lawyer. She also didn't want to fight with her sister over the leadership of the tradition.
Really?
Well, she saw what happened to her own mother, Mystic Misty, as she grew up. I guess Mystic Mia got tired of seeing all the rivalry between her mom and her aunt.
Yeah, Morgan Faye. That's right. Misty Faye had an elder sister too. And Misty, having superior powers, managed to usurp the master seat from her.
Misty's sister is Mystic Morgan, as you probably know.
Yeah, we kinda have her found guilty. Morgan? That's a name I know well. It was a year ago now at Maya's home Crane village. What she did was terrible. It was also she could make her own daughter the next master.
I suppose if you know about Mystic Morgan's daughter, then you must already realize that Iris...
Huh? Iris? What's Iris got to do with any of this?
That Iris is Mystic Morgan's daughter.
No, what? Does she have two daughters? Iris and Pearl? What? Iris is what? Is she kidding me? Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter? Morgan and Iris. Yeah, here we go, plot twist. Did you just say that Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter?
Whoops, I thought you already knew. It sounded like you'd met one of Mystic Morgan's daughters already.
I have. I know her very well.
Oh?
Yes, Pearl Faye. But I always thought she was an only child.
You jest! That child! She's Mystic Morgan's? I had no idea. Mystic Morgan? But she's in prison now, isn't she?
Yes, ever since she was found to be a co-conspirator in a murder case last year. Ha! Ha! She didn't get a death sentence. Not everyone is getting a death sentence in this game. It was all done to set Pearls up to the next master.
I see. So I've been wrong all this time. Mystic Morgan had 3 daughters, not 2.
Wait, what? 3 daughters?
Yes, Iris, her twin sister, and Mystic Pearl.
Oh, so that's why she said I'm avenging my sister in the first case. Dahlia, okay. What? twin sister?
Oh, didn't you know? It all happened 20 years ago. After the clan leadership was taken from her by her sister, Mr. Morgan's life crumbled.
That took way too fucking long to convince Jin. Did you convince him that you needed to try it before knowing for a fact that you didn't enjoy it, man?
It wasn't many years later that Crane's reputation hit an all-time low. When Mr. Morgan's husband realized his wife would never become the master, he left her and the village, taking the twin daughters with him.
How awful.
He was a jeweler, you know? In the end he remarried, and that's what it happened. He decided to give up one of his girls up, to be looked after by us here at the temple.
Okay, so Iris. I've tried it, I don't like it, I said it. What else do you want from me? Oh, you're too funny, man.
That was Iris, you see?
It's unbelievable. If Iris has a twin sister, could it be... could you tell me one more thing, Sister Bikini? What was the name of Iris' sister? I can dress up like Miles if that will make it better. Okay, Min, how about this? How about this, Jin? How about you dress up... You cosplay as Edgeworth, but you have a police uniform on. How about that, Adi? She might actually go for it, Jin. She might go for it. Try that angle. I can rock it with a buff. I would break up with you. Why is it so much fun to tease you, Min? What was the name of Iris' sister?
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I just can't remember. All I can recall is that her father was a jeweler.
Well, that's a clue, I guess. A jeweler. Thank you very much. You have cleared up a lot of details. Pearls had 2 older sisters, huh?
Yes, that's right. No doubt, it was all because of Mr. Morgan's anger towards the main family.
Anger? What do you mean?
Her twin daughters were taken from her by her jeweler husband.
He owns a police uniform. Stop! He literally turned into the face. Oh, this is so good to be true. This is too much fun, man.
But even that couldn't destroy her dream that a child of hers would one day lead the clan.
That's why she had pearls?
It seems that the incident here was a result of Mr. Morgan's anger. He was able to break free of the bars that confine her.
So Iris has a twin sister. The plot thickens. But this information will be useless unless I can flesh it out a bit. I need to ask more questions and get some more info. To the courtyard! It's 2:24 in the goddamn morning, it's too early. So what you're saying is that you can be stroked by Jin dressed as a police uniformed Edgeworth later on, when it's a bit later during the day, Min? Why does she look like that chick Phoenix used to date? It's because they are twin sisters, Min. That's kind of the plot twist here. No, it's always too early. No! Oh my god, no! February 9th, Hazakura Temple Courtyard. Sounds like someone's happy. What tune is that they're humming? Why does he have that theme song now? No motive, no crime, no motive, no crime. Sing it with me, no motive, no crime. I remember when we used to search in a channeling room in Korean. Whoop, I love my job. Who cares if the clues I find are no good? That's not what investigation's all about. Yes, they are twins. We just learned that, Sada. Oh, look, it's a dick. The only fucking thing we were missing was a dick. Yeah, I guess this is what you call a dick pic. Badumch. The investigator investigates for the love of investigating. It's a passion. Good cases we have, good cases we lost along the way. I would have never guessed the Gumshoe was in reggae. That was reggae. Well, I did something completely different. Because my boyfriend's probably fell off, to be honest. Every case is gonna be alright. Every case is gonna be airtight. Hey, pal. Huh? Who? Me? How long have you been there? I just got here. Oh, okay. So what are you up to, detective? I'm investigating, pal. I made a promise to Mr. Edgeworth. Tell me when it's safe to return, please. He wears the dress way too often. Don't leave me, Cronwa! Don't leave me alone with him! The real murder weapon. That barred sword thing turned out to be a false lead, right? No, that barred sword thing turned out to be a false lead, right? I'm giving it my best shot here, but I still haven't turned up any clues. I just found these weird scraps of paper. It looks like a letter or something. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the case, though. A letter? So how about the investigation, Gumshoe? Bogarship da! I'll be right back. I need to again tell Jin this is happening. I feel so poor. I feel so sorry for Jin somehow, man. He so eagerly wants to, and he gets shot down every single time. I leave to render a video, and first thing I see in chat is a dick pic. Never changes. Bongachibna means I miss you. You said that so happy. I thought you said all Korean words very happily. As Grodus video says, everyone has a dirty mind. We do have dirty minds! I think Min is breaking down. You can't spell dirty minds without Min. Yeah, it's actually the first 3 letters. So, how's the investigation going, Detective Gumshoe? I don't know if I should be telling you, pal, but I guess it can't hurt. Looks like the murder took place at the inner temple garden. But we knew that already, Gumshoe. And they're taking the bloody writing on the lantern pretty serious back at the HQ. What? You mean? I'm like having a mental breakdown. No, literally. Okay, that's good. It's good that it's not a real, well, a real mental breakdown. I don't have the details, pal. All I know is, if you don't find Maya down in that sacred cavern, we're gonna be faced with an ugly situation. What kind of ugly situation are we looking at here? You got me, I don't know.
They're not my words, pal. Then who said it? Mr. Godot.
Godot? What did he mean by that? So, how about the letter? Oh my god, I'm laughing so hard I'm crying. That's good, man.
Jin! Now that she's happy, maybe she wants to do it if you're convincing enough!
Do the eyebrows as well. It rarely works, but it humors, and humor is very helpful. About that letter you found.
Don't remind me, pal. I'm busting a gut here trying to find a murder weapon, and all I find is some burned up old letters.
Burned up old letter?
Yeah, it was in that incinerator right outside the inner temple.
The incinerator? I knew it. I knew I wasn't imagining it. There was snow on the incinerator when I first saw it. Jin literally said, I'm literally too tired, I just like making fun of her. Yeah, I figured Jin was just teasing you, man. It's too easy sometimes, you know. But after the incident, the snow had melted away, which means someone used the incinerator on the night of the murder.
What's up with you, pal? I got it right here if you want to take a look.
Can I? Do you mind?
Sure, go nuts. I don't want it, pal. You can have it. It's all spirit mediums and masters and stuff. I bet it's got no relations to the case.
Spirit mediums? Burnt letter added to court record. It got so important if it mentioned spirit mediums and masters. I better give it a good looking over and some serious thought.
Make sure you chuck it in the trash while you're done. Littering is a crime, pal.
So, how about that murdering weapon I was about to say. The murder weapon. So, what do you know about the real murder weapon so far?
Well, it wasn't the Shichishito
that was found impaled by the victim's body.
Mr. Edgeworth proved that in court today.
Yeah, that's true.
In which case, it must have been another blade.
And that's what you're running around like a headless chicken looking for now, huh? What disturbs me, it's a real uniform. It's an outdated one, Korean military doesn't use it anymore, but it literally has to hold 9 yards. It's kinda cool. That sounds pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, and man, it's a tiring work. But let me tell you something, pal. I'm no chicken. We got the feathers of foresight in our cap these days. We're using the department's secret weapon on this.
Except the key for my handcuffs are missing. That might be a good thing for both of us. Secret weapon? What is this secret weapon of yours?
You wanna know? You gotta think scientifically, okay?
Alright.
The murder weapon was a sword. Swords are, scientifically speaking, made of metal, right?
I would so handcuff my husband to a pole outside and walk away. That's so mean, man.
Any questions so far?
No. I know what he's gonna say, but I'll let him look smart.
So what's the perfect tool for the job? Ta-da! A metal detector!
Raise your hand if you didn't see this coming from a mile away. See you, I'm going to Star Cooks. What's Star Cooks? I know Starbucks, but not Star Cooks.
Well, you wanna give a scientific investigation a go?
Huh? Me?
I've been using this thing for hours now. It gets pretty boring after a while. Why don't you give it a try?
I don't know. Should I have to take the gumshoe here out or not? Yeah, play for Centric, blah blah blah. Star Cooks is what it's called in Korea. It's an inside joke. Okay. I getcha.
Come on, pal. It's good fun. I'm telling you.
Alright then. I guess I'll give it a go.
Like I said, this is the department's most advanced gadget. The absolute best. It's so sensitive, you could make it cry. It's so high-tech, you could skydive off it.
Oh, bother.
So, now I'm gonna tell you how to use it. It's possible the real murder weapon is around here somewhere, right?
Sure, that's what we're trying to find out.
Right, so first, let's turn the detector on. That's the sound of the metal detector signal bouncing off something metallic. Next, touch the detector and take a real good look around this courtyard with it, pal. Once you hit something, press the check button and get ear raped. And then I say something that just scrolls out automatically. It picks up a metallic object and something else. Take a good look at it. It seems suspicious, pal, okay? Prepare for ear rape!
Is there something up on the eaves?
I can't tell you from here, pal. Meh, just forget about it.
But it's right under Elise Dockson's window. And it's a perfect spot for hiding something long and thin like a sword.
I'll go take a look. Nah, it was nothing. Thank goodness. Somebody has dropped a spoon.
I've gone deaf in my right ear. Why are you so happy about that?
Well, imagine if the murder weapon had turned up there. It made me look pretty dumb, huh?
At least he recognizes that much. Wow, shots fired. Wait, the staff is metal? This is Miss Dockson's staff, isn't it?
Scientifically speaking, they're usually made of wood.
But the detector is reacting to it.
Yeah, but however you look at it, the thing is made of wood, alright? I don't bother investigating anything unless it looks like it might be metallic.
Isn't the whole point of metal detector to find metal where you can see it? Where you can't see it, I mean. If Min wasn't already blind, she's now half of Helen.
It's weird that the thing is causing a racket.
Here, let me take a look at it.
Hey, hands off! Examining evidence is a job for the...
Ah! The top is coming out!
Look what you've done! You damaged a really important piece of evidence!
Ah! That's a sword.
Inside the staff!
Could it be the murder weapon? Yeah, must be. Found a diamond ring one time on the beach with a metal detector like 6 years ago. Oh wow, that sounds nice. I never have guessed there's been a sword concealed in the victim's staff.
They call this kind of thing a sword cane, pal. This one's a real gem. The workmanship is really something else. Thank goodness it wasn't a cane sword, or else the victim would have been stabbed her own foot.
I officially gave up on trying to figure out how Gumshoe's mind works. If the real scene of the inner crime was the inner temple garden, then why was the sword used to kill the victim found in the main hall courtyard? Hey Gumshoe, who knows about the hidden sword?
No one, even the police didn't know about this until I discovered it just now.
Well, as I say, there's no team in Gumshoe. It doesn't look like there are any traces of blood on it.
Then I guess it isn't the murder weapon, huh?
No, no, no! I'm sure someone has wiped it off after murder.
Yeah, of course! This thing is definitely a murder weapon. Great job, pal!
Did I sell it? Yeah, 830,000 won? One? I don't know what the currency is called. That's disgusting. That's about 830 bucks. Pretty good amount of money then. It's about the same length as the Shinshito too. This must be the murder weapon.
Okay, I'm gonna run over the forensics. There's gotta be some trace of blood left, even if most of it has been wiped off. See you later, pal. Every case is gonna be airtight. Every case is gonna be airtight. Wait up, detective. Huh? What is it, pal? I'm a pretty busy guy right now, you know? You're going to get the stuff analyzed, right? Would you mind holding off for just a while? Huh? What are you talking about, pal? Please. Just until we find Maya. Maya? What's this got to do with her? I don't know, but I'm starting to get a really bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. Oh? How so? Look, Maya's trapped inside a sacred cavern right now and... well, we don't even know if she's okay or not. The more evidence and testimony I hear, the more uneasy I feel. You don't think... Maya's been Please, detective, let's just wait until we can get inside the sacred cavern. Gonna get all this stuff paralyzed. Oh yeah, so it was one. I donated all that money. That was awfully sweet of you, man. You know what you could do, man? You could donate a couple of dollars to me, wink wink. By donating, wink wink. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's optional. No one should ever feel forced to donate. You're looking kind of radiant there. Hello, gamer kid. Welcome to the stream, hope you enjoy. Okay, just stop it with that face, pal. That was 6 years ago, boy. That one is non-existent, obviously. I was making a joke, man. I was making a joke! How could you see that was a joke? How could you see that was a joke? No, I'm just kidding. It was a joke, though. One thing, though. This stuff's secret trick. Let's keep it between you and me, alright? If it gets out that we knew about it and didn't say anything, we're finished. I understand. This is just a regular run-of-the-mill stuff, you got it? Okay, now we take good care of it, pal. Thank you, detective. Don't worry, she'll be fine. Gumshoe. You know, there's a place at the base of this mountain that has some really good pasta. How about I take you there when you find Maya, huh, pal? Sure. Thanks. Victim staff received from Detective Gumshoe for safekeeping. I can't help but wonder, though. What was Elise Doxim's doing with a staff like this in the first place? As a means of defending herself, I guess? Okay, you didn't have anything on you. Not a danger. To the main gate! To the suspension bridge! To the inner temple gate! To the garden! Grodus isn't joking. You see, he owns the black market for frogs. Well, then I would have been rich. Rich, I mean. If I own a black market, I mean. Morgan-Face's daughter and Iris' twin sister. Her father deals in jewelry, apparently. Hey, Edgeworth. Did you know that Iris had a twin sister? What? A twin? You can't be serious. Sister Bikini told me, but... the problem is, she didn't know the name of this twin. There was nothing about Iris having a sister in the files I checked. Well, Iris was taken in by the temple when she was really young. Apparently her sister was raised by her father, a jeweler, I think. A jeweler? Right, I just might know who this twin sister of hers is.
I had a feeling you'd say that. Let me guess. Her name is Dahlia Hawthorne, right? Yes, exactly. Please tell me what you know about her, Edgeworth. Please. I thought he said choked and I was gonna start crying. It was my first court case, 6 years ago. I was a greenhorn, and due to my inexperience, the defendant died. You're talking about Terry Falls, right? I didn't do so good. You know about that case? Oh wow, look at this everybody! Samurai is not so PG-13 anymore. You know what, Samurai? You just got highlighted, Samurai. Whoop, 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 whoop. Samurai said a bad word. And it's now said. Samurai has dropped his PG-13 once again. With bad language. High five, Samurai. Or anyone watching, really. High five or fist bump. Whichever you like. High five the right, fist bump the left. Boof, boof. Thank you, Samurai. You're not the only one who noticed something about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne. I checked one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago. Yes, Dahlia was a key witness in that case. Dahlia and Terry Falls conspired together to stage a fake kidnapping 11 years ago. What? What? Edgeworth reaction. They stole a jewel worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, a jeweler. And 5 years after that, she murdered her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne, to keep her from talking. Her sister? Well, her stepsister actually. They weren't blood related. Valerie was the only daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife. Fudge, I accidentally almost donated. No! Man, you should have donated! Why didn't you donate? Why didn't you donate? Why, man? Why? Oh, and this is when she entered my life. The woman who tried to kill me. So after Terry Falls died, what happened to Dahlia? Did you check that out? Does it really matter? Like I said, Dahlia isn't connected with this case. Why are you so sure about that? It's simple. Dahlia Hawthorne is dead. What? Well, her metabolic process are a matter of interest only to historians, so to speak. Because I would have charged an arm I don't have for no drawn fee. Yeah, I know. I mean, I was joking again. Asian countries, when you donate from Asian countries, that fee is quite a lot. So say that you donate like $1, I only get about 34 cents from that. I get a very, very small amount. So, you know, overall it's not really worth for Asian countries, natives, to donate. At least not in dollars. I don't know how it is in their own currency. What do you mean by Dahlia Hawthorne is dead, Edgeworth? Right, I must confess that I'm reading her file.
I came to know of the murder case you were involved in during your college years. Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty. Thanks to the persistence of Mia Fey.
Mia Fey. Mia Fey! You are not worth 0.34 won. That's less than $50. At that time, Dahlia, it's like she was possessed by a demon or something.
It's been almost 5 years since that guilty verdict was handed down, and her sentence was finally carried out. She was executed last month.
Executed?
I'm sure that's a bit of a shock for you, right? And for more reasons than one.
Maybe Maya channeled her body, or Pearls did. Killed Mia Fey, Mr. Fey. Maybe that's what Pearl is hiding.
I'm sure that's a bit of a shock for you, right? And for more reason than one. But do you understand now? She can't possibly be connected with this case. She's dead. And once someone is dead, there's no way to revive them.
There's no way to revive the dead? I wonder. It seems you're not aware of one other connection yet, Edgeworth.
And what is that?
It's about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne's mother.
What's their mother got to do with any of this?
She's Morgan Fey, a spirit medium from a branch family of the Crane channeling technique.
Did you say Crane channeling technique?
Do you know of something about it?
Oh yes, I know it's connected with a fraudulent spirit medium.
Fraudulent?
I was involved in another nightmare 17 years ago. I was caught up in the middle of a murder investigation. The police didn't have any leads. They were stumped, and then that's when they called her in.
It all comes together now, indeed.
She was a very famous spirit medium and the master of her channeling school. But you know what happened? As a result of her effort, an innocent man was accused of murder. She and her powers, they were all fraudulent.
Edgeworth.
Go to the police record room, it's all in there. All you have to do is check the DL6 incident case file, and you'll know.
Of course, how could I forget? Edgeworth was the victim in that case. Edgeworth, you'll understand someday. And then, you'll see that the Crane channeling technique is real. So, we're gonna go to Pearls now? Is that what we're gonna do? Or, no, Pearls had 6 locks. So she must be last. I'm gonna save the game here. Because we're gonna tackle the Psycho Lock now. The Psycho Lock of Iris. From Save Point. Hello Joshua, welcome to the stream, hope you'll enjoy.
Take that! Take that!
The night of the crime. I think it's time you told the truth about what you were doing on that night. You said you were in your room at Hasakura Temple the entire time. Do you still claim that to be the truth? Yes, that's where I was. Iris, I believe you're innocent. That's why I want to believe what you're telling me too, but I can't. Because this person saw you somewhere else on the night of the murder. Must be Bikini. I'm talking about Sister Bikini, of course. Sister Bikini. Her testimony in court today was very clear.
That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in the temple, but, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up, violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hasakura Temple.
Sister Bikini didn't just see you, she spoke with you. You two talked about Maya's training that night. So you see, Iris, you were there at the inner temple on the night of the murder.
That's very impressive, Mr. Wright.
Okay, that's one look.
The Acolyte's actual training was due to start after 10 o'clock that night. I left the main hall early, so I wouldn't be late.
What time was that?
Let me see. It takes about 20 minutes to walk between the main hall and the inner temple. So, I would have left at about 9:40 p.m. I think.
I'm sorry, Iris, but lying just doesn't suit you.
Huh?
Now you say you left the main hall at 9:40 p.m., but what you say doesn't add up with this. Weather report, maybe?
Take that!
Nope, that wasn't it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. But mistakes doesn't suit you, huh? I hope you will get at least this much corrected. I hate seeing you mess up and getting all disappointed.
Oh yeah, her testimony.
Take that!
You yourself testified to the contrary, don't you remember? You said you rang the lights out Bell at 10 o'clock that night.
Ah!
Plus, only moments before you rang the bell, you were seen at the main hall by the most reliable witness I have.
Who's that?
Me.
Mr. Wright?
We even spoke a little that evening. That's when you gave me this. Surely you haven't forgotten.
No, that's right. I remember.
And that brings us to another puzzling fact, Iris. At 10 o'clock on that night of the murder, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. It's time you told me exactly what's going on, Iris. So far, I managed to prove 2 things. First, on the night of the incident, you were at the inner temple. And second, at the exact same time, you were ringing the bell at Hazakura Temple. There's only one possible explanation for this apparent impossibility. There were 2 of you. On the night of the incident, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time, which means there must have been 2 of you. I can't think of any other explanation, Iris.
But that's crazy. How could that be? There's only one of me. It's impossible.
Impossible? I wonder. The way you're trembling certainly seems to suggest otherwise.
You're seriously trying to suggest there's more than one of me.
Oh, she actually has red hair.
Take that!
I hadn't noticed that until now. I have a firm grasp of the situation now, Iris. You have a sister, don't you? A twin sister, perhaps?
Ah!
That's right. Dahlia Hawthorne, a woman I know only too well.
I had no idea you knew of her. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. But she's no longer...
Yes, I know. Her sentence was carried out recently, wasn't it?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
There's no need to explain now, is there, Iris? This second you was here at the temple on the night of the murder. It was your twin sister, Dahlia Hawthorne.
But you just said it yourself a second ago. My sister's dead. Have you forgotten that?
Have you forgotten this, Iris? This is a channeling dojo, a training ground of the Korean channeling technique. That night, someone channeled Dahlia's spirit, and you knew about it. And that's the secret you've been trying to hide from me.
Ah!
There we go, that look is finished. So, the night of the crime.
I was in my room in the main hall that night. As soon as I heard that I'd been spotted at the inner temple, I knew. I knew it was my sister, Dahlia, the other half of me who passed away last month.
Just as I suspected. The iris that Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple on the night of the murder. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Why didn't you tell me this before?
Because my sister always does the right thing.
Excuse me?
And because I mustn't get in the way of what she's trying to do. I already betrayed her once before. I can't do it again.
You betrayed her? What do you mean?
That's why I have to accept I may be found guilty. It's the only way.
What is she talking about?
Betrayal! Betrayed me!
You know about it, don't you know about it?
Oh, you know about it, don't you, Mr. Wright? About the fake kidnapping that took place here on Eagle Mountain 11 years ago. That was the start of it all. It's what started her down this twisted path. She started to commit crime after crime, and in the end she lost her life.
Top anime betrayals.
It's all because I betrayed her.
How did you betray her, Iris?
It was no coincidence that Eagle Mountain is where the exchange was taking place. After all, I had planned the whole thing.
What?
But I got scared, so I ran away.
What are you talking about? Why would you help her? Stealing $2 million from your own father? That's awful.
But I promised that I'd help. And she didn't do it for the money.
Huh?
It was revenge on our father.
Revenge?
Revenge!
What do you mean by revenge?
He was a hideous man. He threw our mother away and then sent her to hell.
Her mother? She must be talking about Morgan Fay.
Our mother was the eldest daughter of the main branch of the Fay family. The main family had a lot of influence in many businesses and political circles at the time. As the eldest daughter, our mother was set to inherit all of that as the next master. That's the reason our father married our mother in the first place, for power. But his plan backfired, because our mother's sister took it all from her. She took over as the master of Karain.
That would be Mr. Fay, Maya's mother. Man, creepy music now.
But before long, the credibility of the Karain tradition hit rock bottom. The new master, Mystic Mr. Fay, made a terrible mistake. It was during the investigation of the DL6 incident. After that happened, our father took me and my twin sister away, leaving our mother and our home behind. He hated the place. He said it was a hick dive, and that he had no reason to stay there.
And that's when you came here to Hazakura Temple?
Yes, the woman my father took as his next wife already had a daughter, Valerie. I had no place in his new family, you see.
Oh.
And I haven't seen my mother once since then. Having the master's seat stolen from her and being rejected by her own family. I've heard she's been very battered, spiritually and emotionally.
I think I'm finally beginning to see how the pieces fit together.
I have asked her everything I can in my capacity as a prosecutor.
Hello Pooper, welcome to the stream, hope you enjoy. This incident. Everything related to it goes back to the history of the Fay clan. That's what it looks like. Iris, there's just one more thing I want to tell you. Want you to tell me.
What is it?
During the incident in which your sister, Dahlia Hawthorne, poisoned a lawyer, she began a relationship with a certain college student in order to hide the evidence. That college student, have you heard anything about him?
Well, I did hear one thing. She said she hated his guts.
I see. Thank you for letting me know.
You're welcome.
Hurry up, Phoenix Wright. There's still much to investigate.
Leave these locks to me. I'll open them for you. I promise.
Thank you. I suppose I better continue my investigation. There's still one giant secret left to unlock. Pearl Psyche Lock. Yep, final Psyche Lock. To Heavenly Hall. February 9th, Heavenly Hall. Look at that. They really did make a fire right in front of the shack.
Oh, Mr. Nick.
Huh, you're too late, Nick. If you came here for one of our potatoes, we already polished them all off. I think I pretty much got all the evidence I need. Now I just need to find out what Pearls is hiding. We need to find that out by saving the game. Continue. From save point. Present. The Magatama. Take that! The last Psyche Lock is on a kid. Here's a tip. To break it, tell her she's grounded. 6 locks. No, wait, 5 locks. But there have been 5 locks before. They just placed it other... Okay, weirdly enough. After dinner on the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Elise Doxim's room, reading a book together, correct?
Yes, I was so happy when she invited me. But it didn't go in the end.
You didn't go?
No, there was somewhere else I had to go instead. I was so worried, I had to go. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so nervous.
So Pearls never went to Miss Doxim's room because she was too worried about something or someone else. Pearls? On the night of the murder, you went to this place, didn't you? The Inner Temple?
Take that!
You went here, didn't you, Pearls? Looks like she's still not going to open up to me. This is where you went because you were so worried, right? The next question is, who or what were you so worried about? Now, I'm going to take a guess and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay?
You mean you know?
If I'm right, will you tell me the whole truth?
Oh, okay.
Could it possibly be me, I wonder? No, not me, I mean... Yeah, Maya's.
Take that!
Take that! It's obvious what you were so worried about, Pearls. It was Maya, wasn't it?
Ah!
You knew the training Maya was undertaking was dangerous. After all, it was a special course. I signed up for your special course.
Well, my. Quite brave of you, considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one of those your channel.
Sister Bikini scared you with what she said, didn't she? And because it was you who introduced Hazakura Temple to Maya in the first place, you felt responsible, didn't you?
Thinking about what could happen to Mr. Maya made me more and more worried. I couldn't sit still at all. That's why I decided to go and find out how she was doing at the Inner Temple.
Okay, that's one Psyche locked out. Then we're clear now that you went to the Inner Temple that night, Pearls. What's not clear is what happened after that. About what time was it when you headed over to the Inner Temple?
It was probably around 9:30 when I left the main hall. I heard the real training was supposed to start at 10. I wanted to get there before it started. But there was so much snow, so I didn't get there until after 10 o'clock.
Until after 10. How did you know what time it was?
Because I heard the bell ringing for lights out.
She heard the light out bell. The Asakura Temple's bell is pretty small though, isn't it? You must have really good hearing.
I was really trying to pick up the sound of that bell, that's all. I didn't really want to miss it. That would be terrible.
She was trying to hear the bell? Tell me, Pearls, why were you so worried about hearing the bell?
Huh? Oh,
I think I know why. The reason why you were so worried about the bell was because of this. Elise, perhaps? Or perhaps it's because of this. Be careful, once nightfall should be here. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her. Her name is, she's the whole. Here's a picture of her. Use it when you channel her. I know you can do it. Once this is burned, they also make the Talamonbet's letter. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our revenge to fruition.
Take that!
You were given some instructions to follow for the night, weren't you? I presume you recognize this piece of paper?
Where did you get?
In the incinerator at the inner temple. Pearls? You were following the instructions in this letter in the night, weren't you? That's why you couldn't afford to miss the sound of the light out bell.
I'm special, Mr. Nick. You're amazing.
Okay, 3 logs remain. These instructions that were found in the incinerator, I believe they were written for you, Pearls.
For me, no.
As you can see, a large portion has been burnt, but the last section is still fairly legible. As soon as you hear the light out bell, you must channel her spirit. Who was it, Pearls? Whose spirit were you supposed to be channeling? Taking into account the author of the note and their purpose for writing it, whose spirit would Pearl have been trying to channel? Don't overthink it, Phoenix. It's pretty obvious who Pearl was supposed to channel. Yes, it is. It's Dahlia Hawthorne. There needed to be 2 of them at the same time. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? That was the name that was in the letter. Okay, 3 logs, 2 remains. It's just as I suspected. It wasn't Iris whose sister Bikini met at the inner temple that night. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Do you know anything about her, Pearls? Do you know what kind of woman Dahlia Hawthorne was?
No. I never heard of anyone by the name before reading those instructions.
I thought so. Pearls doesn't have a clue. She doesn't know that Dahlia is his sister. About the instructions in the letter I found, Pearls, who wrote them? Whoever it was asked you to channel the spirit of someone you never heard of. You must have quite a lot of respect for them. After all, you follow the instruction without question. So here's my next question. Who wrote this set of instructions for you to follow? I'm gonna assume that it was Iris. Or perhaps... No! No, that was a stupid mistake. I mispressed my mistake. Why would freaking Francisca write that? Pearls? I have to wonder about something. You didn't have any idea what this instruction meant, did you? But you followed them to the letter regardless. Why? Because it was your own mother who asked you, that's why.
How did you?
I figured it out. The person who wrote you this letter was your own mother, Morgan Fay. Alright, Pearls, it's time you start telling me the truth. Nick, why is she holding back from me? I don't like this.
Don't underestimate me. That's because I'm a child.
Huh?
If you're trying to say I follow these instructions, I'd like to see some proof.
What?
Because I don't think you have any.
Should say anything rather than admit to carrying out these instructions. I guess I'll have to produce some more evidence then. One more thing should do it. Alright, Pearls. We both know someone carried out these instructions on the night of the murder. But you're right, there's no evidence that proves it was you.
I knew it!
However, I do know that whoever did it was a child.
Huh? How'd you know that?
It couldn't have been an adult. No adult would have made a simple mistake like that.
Simple mistake? What do you mean by that?
I'm sure you thought you were carefully following the instruction you've been given, but you misunderstood some of the words. This is the evidence that proves it. It said something about gravely, so she must have thought it was the gravy, so... It was you who splattered gravy on this hanging scroll, wasn't it?
Well, what? Why would I do something like that?
Do you remember what was written in that letter? Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. But you didn't know how to read the words gravely and roast, among others, right?
How do you know that?
Remember the conversation you had with Miss Doxnim on the night of the murder? Perhaps we can read some books together.
Really? I'd love to. I'm not very good at reading.
Well then, would you like to practice reading with me? Yep, that last lock.
Miss Elise, for example, how do you read this?
It says gravely. That's kind of a tough word. Sure, Miss Doxim taught you how to read gravely and roast, but what she didn't teach you is what they meant. Gravely sounds like gravy to me. Oh.
Gravely sounds like gravy to me, and the only roast I could think of was the food.
And that's why you did it. That's why you covered the picture of the master in gravy from the Night's Pot roast.
To be honest, I did think it was a bit strange. I guess I really did get the wrong idea.
Just a tiny bit. I really am
I really am useless. I couldn't even burn the letter properly as my mother had asked me to. Such a simple thing, and I couldn't even do it right.
Okay, good. We got it unlocked. Refilled. The night of the crime.
After dinner at that night, I did go to the temple with a pot full of leftover gravy.
The gravy?
I saw the picture on the hanging scroll near the sacred cavern. I was sure it was the master of Crane, like I said in the letter.
I see, and then?
Well, it was already way past 10 when I got there because of all the snow. So I went to the inner temple guest area.
The guest area?
Yes, I thought I could wait there until the training was over.
Why didn't you just go to the training hall?
Because Mr. Maya's main training had already started, I couldn't interrupt it. So I stayed where I was and prayed for her to get through it. But then
Pearls, did you fall asleep?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I just couldn't help it.
Hey, don't worry about it, Pearl. Who cares if you fell asleep? Yeah, she mistook gravely for gravy. I fell asleep waiting for Iris too. It happens. Anyway, then you found yourself trapped at the inner temple.
Yes, when I woke up, it was morning. I tried not to cry, but Dusky Bridge wasn't there anymore, and there was no one in the training hall. I thought everyone had left me because I overslept. I threw the letter into the incinerator. Then I heated up the leftover gravy and
let off some steam by chucking the gravy in the scroll while you cried? It must have been pretty scary for you, Pearl. I know what it's like. Nick used to leave me behind when I fell asleep at school too. Don't equate something so trivial with her experience, Larry. So lost powers then. Was written right.
It was written right in my mother's letter. It said, as soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. I was on my way over to the inner temple when I heard the bell ring.
So you channeled Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit?
No, I tried, but I couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it?
I've never failed channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened. I tried and I tried and I tried. Yesterday, this morning, the whole time. But I just couldn't do it.
Don't let it get down, Pearl. It all works out. If you want, I'll come flying through the sky for you. Whoosh! Just like that. So she never managed to channel the spirit. Is that why you think your spiritual powers are gone?
Yes, I don't know what to do.
Hey, didn't Maya ask the same thing in like the second game? Where she thought her spiritual power disappeared? Or was it the first game? Isn't there any other explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit?
I suppose it's another possibility. It's not very likely though.
Could you please tell me what it is anyway?
It could happen if someone else was already channeling the same spirit.
Someone else? What do you mean?
Well, there's only one of each spirit, right?
Yep, it's like dating a girl, Nick. You can't see a hot chick if she's already taken. Then that would mean on the night of a murder, someone else channeled the spirit before Percy could. Someone else channeled the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne. Either Maya or Bikini.
I'm a failure. I couldn't even grant my mother's final wish.
Her final wish?
Yes, this letter. This is my final wish, she said. So make sure you follow the instructions carefully.
This letter. I definitely need to find out more about it. So how about Morgan's letter? Letter, not leather. Letter, not leather.
My mother's gone to a place called a penitentiary.
Yeah, I know, Pearls.
I visit her every month. And last month she told me.
The time we've been waiting for has come, Pearl. There's something I need you to do for me. I hid a letter for you at our home before they brought me here. I want you to read it and do exactly what it says. It's for the good of the Fae clan, my angel. Oh wow, that's the demon thing that the Dahlia has. You'll be doing a great thing. Now listen carefully, and I'll tell you where the letter's hidden.
My mother's always nice to me. I love her very much.
Yeah, moms will do anything for the kids, right? Just so you're aware, Joshua, if that happens to be the case, I'm gonna time you out, because that is on spoiler territory. Considering that it hasn't happened in the game yet.
She said it was for the good of the Fae clan, so I knew I had to help her. I mean, missing Maya is part of the Fae clan, so that'd been good for her too. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
I guess so, yeah.
There was a picture with the letter too.
A picture?
Of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Usually a picture is enough to channel someone's spirit, but this time...
Pretty weird, huh? Like Larry knows anything about this stuff.
There's something else that was strange about my mother's letter.
Yeah, Morgan Faye is pretty scary.
The seal of it was broken, as if someone had opened it once before.
That sure is pretty strange. Someone had opened it already. Burnt letter updated in court record. Thanks, Pearls. You really helped me out.
You're very welcome. My mother's watching over us, so I'm sure Miss Maya will be alright.
Look at that innocent smile on her face. What am I supposed to say to her? Ha! Finally figure out. Have you tried? You finally realized how terrible of a crime being painfully oblivious is. Godot. The entrance to the sacred cavern looks like a freaking puzzle workshop. I guess he's talking about Iris and lock-breaking effort. But it's all a waste of time. Why do you say that? Because Maya Fey isn't coming back. What? You don't know what you're talking about? How can you say something like that? It was your job to protect her, tribe. Just like it was your job to protect Mia Fey. Two sisters, caught up in the worst circumstances. I realized that, but... And you were the only one who was by their side. You were the only one who could have saved them. But I didn't know anything about what's going on. Ha! What did I just say, tribe? Being oblivious is a heinous crime in itself. Tomorrow. We'll settle everything in court tomorrow. Once and for all. Oh wow, this music is really sad.
Mr. Nick? Is what the man just said true?
It will be alright, Pearls. I'm sure Maya's alive. You'll see for yourself tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. I know I can trust you, Mr. Nick.
My dear Pearl, you've done so well, my child. My Pearl. It's better you don't know what you've done. I knew this day would have come for you. The blood of the main family is no more. Now finally, after all this time, the master seat is yours. My last great wish. It seems I was just in time. To be continued. We save the game. And next up is a trial that we won't be doing today. That will be the next stream. And if everything goes as I plan, then the next stream will be the final stream for Phoenix Wright. I have yet... let me check my schedule actually. How I work on Friday. If I start late, I'm gonna stream on Thursday. If I don't start late on Friday, I'm not gonna stream until Sunday. Let's see here. Bloop. Let's see here. Okay, no, it's the same time as tomorrow. On Friday. And basically the rest of the week. Oh well. Some long silence there at the end. So yeah, most likely gonna stream next final stream gonna be on Sunday. Because Saturday I am doing other stuff. Saturday, I mean. Potentially Friday, actually. Yeah. Potentially streaming on Friday, actually. Because I'm not doing anything special on Friday, so either Friday, and if it's not on Friday, my next stream is gonna be Sunday, and the next stream is gonna be the final stream for Phoenix Wright. So look forward to that. You don't want to miss it. And I'm not gonna stop until the game ends on Friday, so there is that. Just have to remember to go to bed earlier on Thursday so that I have energy when I come back home from work. But this is the end of the stream. If you enjoyed it, then consider to become part of the Frog Squad by subscribing today if you aren't already. Click that bell icon to make sure that you catch my streams and videos. If you want to help out during the streams, share away. It always helps with the search algorithm. Likes really helps during the stream as well. And if you're watching this in the archive stream playlist as a video, likes still helps. Obviously watching the video helps. And letting me know what you thought about the stream by leaving a comment down below helps quite a bit as well. But of course doing all of these things are optional, they're never forced. But they are appreciated when you are doing them. Either way, thank you very much for watching everyone. I hope you all enjoyed. And I hope to see you next time for the final stream. Take care everybody, and I shall see you then.